this working? I've never done this before. It is. Hold on. Hold on. All right. Bashir jump scare. Uh-oh. How's it going, guys? Um, is the audio good? Or should I say, is the audio comprehensible? I don't have a microphone. I do not have a microphone, and audio is doubled. It's chopped. Audio low-key cooked. Shit. Audio is serviceable. Okay. I don't know what to do here. Okay, hold on. What? Hello? Hello? Okay, hold on. I thought I fixed the sources for this device. Is it fine? Someone said it's doubled. I wouldn't want to listen to a doubled audio. Okay, hold on. My friend is telling me. Ignore it. It's fine. Okay, thank you. Alazi Khair Hashim. Okay, you guys just being extra. Okay, anyway, how's it? I sound like Antara. How's it going, guys? This is my first ever stream. Let me put in a couple of zins. I might need two just to get through this. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا وحبيبنا ومرشدنا وقرة أعيننا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وأزواجه أجمعين. How many zins do you consume? That's the first question for this Q&A, guys. Welcome to the Bash stream here, the first ever Bash stream post Fishtank. Audio sounds like it's got a bit of a vibration to it. That's just how it is, my friend. That's just my voice. First question that we're going to go over: how many zins do I consume? Well, when I had my 11 milligram zins, I'd probably go through about 4 or so a day. But you know, okay. Let's see here. I'm actually on time. I know. Okay, hold on. Have people? All right. Let me see if let me first answer some of these questions from Twitter. How do you sleep at night knowing how you manipulated everyone in the house, you monster? Difficult. It's great difficulty. You know, my grand manipulation plan of trying to be nice to people and genuine with no payoff whatsoever. It was great. Get ready for Bashir to take 20 minutes to answer a yes or no question. That's why I'm so interesting, guys. That's what's so cool. How and where did you get the EGACs? The Eskimo sunglasses? Or snow goggles or whatever? I got them from Etsy. Okay, you can get a lot of things from Etsy. Or eBay. Wife count 4, obviously. What's your background like? How's life growing up? Why are you so damn cool? Thank you so much, Andy. What's my background like? I said it before. I'm Syrian American. I'm technically 25% Syrian. But being born and raised there, this is crazy, by the way. I mean, I just looking at this chat. This is, oh my gosh. This is kind of overwhelming. I'm a bit overwhelmed. I'm going to admit. Assalamu alaikum to everyone who's saying salam. Turn on slow mode. Okay. How do I do that? Hold on. Chat settings. Identity. That's not it. Mod actions. Show quick mature mode. That's not that sounds scary. I don't know how to put slow mode on, so guys, that's okay. They shit all over you for referencing Fantastic Planet during your pep talk. Said you were talking about French Finding Nemo. Uh, that was a joke. I was trying to talk about Finding Nemo, um, but like make it sound like I'm talking about an artistic French film. But I'll admit I kind of stumbled over that joke. I already have 6 times the viewers that Vimp has. Damn, poor poor Vimp. She'll do better than me though. She's a hard worker. Uh, Vimp and Landon are streaming now on Kick. I have him in my phone as the tiger. I don't have a microphone to fix. Alright. I sound like a robot because I don't have a microphone. And I'm using a very old ThinkPad from Japan that I bought used because I spilled coffee. Hello.
Hey, what's up? Hold
Are,
on, let me get outside first.
are you streaming right now?
Vimp is.
They said that you were on her stream, so I gave you a call.
Yeah, I am on her. What's up?
Can they see you? Can they see you talk to me?
No, not right now, actually.
Oh, dang it. Well, now that's half the fun is gone.
What? Alright. Sorry, I didn't know you wanted to be on the phone call during the stream.
Yeah, because I'm streaming right now.
Now I'm on Binks' stream.
Now you're on Binks' stream. Hello, Binks' stream.
Yeah. Bashir.
How's it going there?
Bongo said hi.
Bongo says hi? Oh, damn. Well, all the hellos to Bongo and Bingo.
He
Bashir,
said hi back.
apparently I sound like C-3PO. Your guys' stream is probably a lot better. I don't have a microphone and people are dogging me for it. But,
Oh.
that's okay. I'm getting a microphone soon, guys. I'm just waiting for the money to come in. The what I said about the money in my account was real. Anyway, okay. All right, Tiger. Well, I'll just try to check in on you.
Alright,
You should
Phoenix.
get
It's
get,
good to
get
hear
yourself
from you.
get yourself some Python cowboy boots if you find one in your size. I don't know why Vimp stole mine.
You stole something from Bashir.
Yeah, she stole my cowboy boots. All right, but that's okay. No worries. Okay, I'll talk to you later, right, Tiger?
She's asking what she stole from you.
She stole my Python cowboy boots. All right. Mod complete. Mod complete. All right. Uh, she manipulated my boots into being hers. I sound like Dr. Trivago. Binks didn't go schizo. She was just trying to be a freeloader who, riled things up. I think she said, I don't know if she said this on stream, but she said that she liked the idea of allying with me and having like this sort of retard alliance or whatever. And then when Laura did her poop attack, she was like, "Oh well, never mind. I'm going to join the team with the nuke." It's very weird to go to sleep in complete silence. The silence right now is very trippy. I have to play. I've been listening to a lot of Blade recently because, I need to get into Nightcore or something. Just something that's just extremely noisy and loud and just has a lot of stuff going on because the silence is deafening. I'm in the house alone. There's no TTSs. It's nice not having to sleep with one eye open, but the silence is weird. And not having people around is weird. Yeah, my hyper pop era is going to start now. Techno, get into techno. I do like some like sort of that Euro NRG music. I do like it. I should make a Google form and have people submit questions. That might be easier. Okay. Google form. Let me do that. Google Forms. Are you saying I should have prepared for this and not just stream? Okay, here we go. How do I do a Google form like this? I don't know. Give me your MOG questions. I'm just going to use MOG in completely inappropriate ways. Give it now. Just use the Twitter replies. It's easier if you want. Yeah, guys, maybe just respond to that tweet. I think that is easier. Yeah, if you want to send me a question, I'll read from the chat, but also just send me a question on Twitter. Lesbians for Letty asks, "What's my hair care routine?" For the longest time, I was no poo. I did no. I would just wash my hair with water and just comb it out, and that's it. And then I would also use occasionally oils, especially in Japan. I would use tsubakiyu, camellia oil. All right. Yeah. Some of these questions are funny. I don't know if I want to answer them. The stream reminds me of 2000s YouTube. There you go, guys. I'll get a better setup, alright? I don't know what I'm doing, okay? By the way, I've been to Japan. I don't know if you guys know that. Is there any relationship out there I think is irreparable? It's not really irreparable. It's more like, people who, the Final Four, like, James never, like, everything James did was far more, I think, in the context of the game show. I absolutely have nothing against James. I like James. I want to be his friend. He's cool. He never threw water with lard in it, thinking that that's going to, I don't know, like make me melt or whatever. Uber Hacks or Nova vibes. So especially the Final Four, I think I really do care about a lot, and yeah, some of the other earlier contestants, I don't like some of the things that they did, but I'm not going to hold any grudges, of course, And this, I don't. Oh, yeah, she did. She did do the Quran thing. That wasn't very nice, but that's more like that's more of a her problem. I heard you mentioned been to Morocco before. How was your trip there? Did you enjoy it? Are you planning to do a trip again to Morocco? I didn't really go on a trip in Morocco. I lived there for a year. I lived in Morocco for a year doing my research, and it was cool. It was cool. I do like Japan more, though, I'll admit. Took my pants and prayer mat. What pants? What pants are you talking about? Are they black pants? If they're black pants, those already have mildew on it. I'm pretty sure I have all the pants that I care about, so it's whatever. And the prayer mat I just bought on Amazon right before I came, and it was a mistake because again people think that it's some sort of like actual sacred thing. It's just something clean that I can put my head on. Laura's hatred for you felt real and visceral. Am I wrong? Was she instructed to fuck with you? She was not instructed to do that. She just sort of, she had like Terminator eyes that focused on me, and it's actually very funny. I'm very appreciative, genuinely, of Laura, and also of everyone who fucked with me. I'm very appreciative of JD and Emma and Anissa when she did, and Beth and Bezo and who else? I get a bit Binks when she did, Suzette when she did, Danier when he did. I think that that sort of adversity was good to see on like in the moment. I couldn't see that in the moment. It was all rather stressful and miserable to deal with. But like looking back, it was actually beautiful. Uh, did I know Durant was rooting for me to win? That's awesome. I don't have anything against Durant. I kind of regret saying what I said because maybe it sounded like I was like targeting her, which I wasn't at all. I do sincerely wish her the best. It seems like she's had a kind of a tough life. So God bless her and guide her. Uh, it was more just that, um, it's just more like this idea of me loving Fishtank, and then obviously like, you know, someone being able to sort of just say, "Oh, Islam is retarded" or whatever. Not that I care, obviously, because people said much worse things. Like that. The funny thing is that me being on this show made people say much worse things about Islam than, you know, just saying, "Oh, Islam is retarded," right? But but I but that really was one of the things that sort of gave me this sort of impetus, this indescribable feeling in my heart that maybe I should apply and do something here. Um, it is haram to strangle a woman, and I've never been an atheist ever. いつかバシルさんは、バシルと日本語で、話せる日を楽しみにしています。Are you excited for when I speak Japanese? Is that what that means? My Japanese is terrible. I sound like a baby. I can talk to my friends in Japanese, but they all think it's kind of cute. Would I go camping with Vicky? Yeah, sure. That would be funny. Is I should read the questions out before you answer. Yes, I will. Oh my gosh, thank you Kenji and Kin for the tips. Damn, that's awesome. Um, dude, there's a lot of questions right now, so please be patient with me. I'm so sorry. What do I think about the woman desecrating the Quran? It doesn't matter. You cannot hurt me through doing whatever you want with the Quran. You cannot hurt the Prophet, peace be upon him. You cannot hurt, obviously, God, no matter what you do. So who is hurt at the end of the day if you desecrate something sacred? You only hurt yourself, genuinely. So the thing that bothered me when JD would like mockingly read the Bible or throw pork stuff at me, or whenever people did that thinking that they were targeting like my religion, what bothered me is the fact that they thought that the fact that they thought that they could do that. It's not the things that in themselves, they don't affect me at all, but rather them thinking that they could do that by targeting my religion. That was like, that's not a very nice thing to do, is it? I know my prayer mat is in the walls, okay? I don't care. James said the camping trip is still on. Are you going to go? Sure, man, of course. Wasn't your cowboy shirt the same one you wore in the street interview in Japan with the photographer? I believe so, one of them, yeah, but that one is cut up. That one is destroyed by Laura. That's okay, though. It was a little bit small on me, so I need to get a bigger one. Let me read some of the Twitter ones. Okay. Lesbians Fillet, if you want to be my kick mod, sure. I don't know how to do that, but we'll set it up. Besides Tobuscus, who were your favorite 2010s Let's Play channels? It's kind of cringy to say, but I watched Tobuscus. I watched Oh my gosh! In the early 2010s, I remember watching Nerd Cubed. If you guys remember him, I watched Syndicate, of course, for the zombies and Minecraft videos. I watched the Creatures a lot. I was a big Creatures fan, and then a big Cow Chop fan. So that's real. I really am a big fan of Uber Haxer Nova and Immortal HD, James and Alex, and Brett, and I mean everyone who was involved. Those guys are awesome. Who else did I watch? Oh, of course, Germa and Star and Vine Sauce. I don't know if DNSL counts as a Let's Play, but I used to watch him. I used to watch Moist Critical back when he did funny videos. I gotta admit, I stopped watching him when all his videos were these drama stuff. Mince really gave me the resistance I enjoyed. Yes, exactly. See, I'm appreciative for Mince too. It's all cool with Mince. Exactly. My arc wouldn't have been as good without all the people messing with me. During the watermelon challenge, it was allowed that James Drake could carry the melon on the steps with his knees. You were ahead by a lot at that point. If he wasn't allowed to do it, do you think you could have sustained your lead to win? Maybe. I don't really know. It's hard to say because what really messed me up in the watermelon challenge, more so than the stairs, was just me losing where I was in the kitchen. Apparently I was in the bathroom at one point, the dining room bathroom, and when I was there, I thought I was in the closet that was next to the glass room. So, yeah, that was just me being completely disoriented and not knowing where I was. Is my accent a culmination of all the places I've lived? I don't know what my accent is a culmination of. It's kind of a weird accent. I recognize. I spoke English at home in Syria, and most of my friends in Syria could speak English. So we kind of spoke a mix of Arabic and English. That's also why my Arabic isn't that good. It's fine, but it's I've had 10 or more years where just I don't have daily practice with it. So anytime I speak to someone with Syria, they kind of try to make a point that my Arabic is bad. What is a time travel stream? How did you go back in time? Please enlighten us. I don't know what you're talking about. Sorry. Okay. Off the top of my head, I'm curious if you have any other wristwatches. Yeah, the Casio watch I use, I only got for the show. I got it so that I could make sure that I could do my prayers. The watch that I wear is this. This is a watch that I designed the face of through Etsy. Instead of numerals, let me see. Can you guys see it? Instead of numerals, it's Chinese characters with good meanings. I'll do it like this so that you guys can see the characters. And then in the middle is the Shahada in a Chinese Arabic script. Oh, I put it upside down. Oops. Yeah, so sorry for my wounds, guys. I'm still recovering. Anyway, but in order to get a custom watch face, you either have to pay $30 or $400, and so obviously I bought the $30 version. So this watch is awful. It's just this made in China stuff that is just, it doesn't tell the time correctly. So whatever. But that's the watch that I use. And then the strap is a Navajo silver and turquoise strap that I bought that I just sort of connected. Were you secretly hoping Sam would show up? Of course. I am a fan. I'm not a MDE super fan, but I'm not actually I don't go that deep into the lore as other people. But I think he's cool. I would have wanted to meet him. What are my hopes for people post-tank? I hope that they all find financial success and that God guides them and that they have a nice and beautiful life. Everyone. How do you feel the tank helped or tested your faith in God? It never tested my faith in God, but I know this is probably I don't know, weird to say, but there were many times when I was in the tank where it felt like I was Jonah in the whale, the prophet Jonah, peace be upon him, in the whale. And in Arabic, the prayer that he would say when he was in the whale was Allahumma anta Allahumma la ilaha illa anta subhanaka inni kuntu min al-zalimin. Oh God, there is no God but you. Praise you, for I have been one of the oppressors. And I would repeat that over and over and over. Like when I was in the cell, I repeated that over and over and over and over again. A lot of times it felt like I was just in this abyss where there's no way out, and I just had to be patient and pray and hope that something works out. And it did every time. What does it feel like knowing you brought many people to God or closer to God? I mean, I hope that is the case. I mean, honestly, I mean, what do you mean? How does it feel? That's probably the biggest blessing I've ever received in my life. To for God to facilitate you for that is beautiful. Of course, God is the one who guides others, and you are only a vector where this where this can happen. But being a vector, I'm completely honored. If I weren't Muslim, what faith would I follow? I would always be Muslim. Do I own any normal clothes? No, I try not to have any normal clothes. I don't like wearing t-shirts. But I mean, I have some t-shirts, but I mostly use them as undershirts. I mean, sometimes I go out with a t-shirt, but then I still wear like cowboy boots and my belts and stuff. Did any of the TTS comments ever really get to you, other than the Syrian one? I'm not sure what you mean by Syrian one, but yes, there were some TTSs that did get to me. Thoughts on Yuki? I think I have seen Yuki. All of the ones about Islam, I really surprised myself that I was just able to just let him slip off the shoulder, because again, it doesn't really affect me. It's just someone hurting themselves. But when someone says that midichlorians were good for Star Wars, that did make me crash out for sure. Yeah, of course, Duranch is far from the first person to insult Islam on Fishtank. Exactly. And Duranch hates Islam because her brother tried to mass murder because of Islam. Well, exactly. So I don't really blame her. She had a very bad experience. I did contact James. I have his number. We talked. Don't worry. Yeah, maybe Duranch did take that in the wrong way. I wasn't trying to criticize her. Again, I do sincerely wish her the best. May God guide her. The warmest animal skin to wear? I think sheepskin. I have this is my sheepskin jacket. And even in Minnesota, it's rare that I have a day where I can wear this without, at one point, sweating. I love wool and sheepskin. What was your biggest handicap while being inside? Not trying to bait you into saying your faith. I'm curious what you thought was a personal weakness, flaw that might have held you back or brought unnecessary struggle. Obviously, my social game is terrible. I think the whole thing of people thinking I'm being manipulative, or I don't know. I mean, I guess I just come off this way. Someone said I was in permanent scare the hose mode. That was very funny. Yeah, I don't really. People close to me like me, and sometimes I'm first meeting people, right? I can leave a good impression. But I do notice that in situations like that where I'm like within a group, I can get on people's nerves easily. I can type /slow on to stop spammers. Okay. /slow on. There. Now it's on slow mode. I do hope I get on Blood Games too. That would be awesome. Have I watched the golf challenge back, and do you think it would have gone different? I guess I kind of answered that already, but I know I haven't watched it back because that would be kind of brutal to watch back. I do have a letterbox. I'm considering like telling you guys it. I guess I'll just do that later. I will. Um, I have not had PTSD with dreams or hearing the TTS sounds or anything like that. It's mostly just been actually uneasiness because of the lack of noise, honestly. Damn, I'm really thirsty. You guys just mind? Give me 1 second. I'm just going to get a glass of water. 1 sec. Oh, actually, can I finish this? I'll finish this. I have a Liquid Death Dr. Pepper. Have I traveled to Brazil yet or South America? No, I have not. Come to Brazil. Please come to Brazil. I have not done so yet. Unfortunately, I want to go to Peru, especially in South America. I don't have Bashir. What are your top 5 songs of all time? Also, you're the goat. Love you, bro. Thank you so much, Keegan. My top 5 songs of all time. Let me see. This is not forever, but this is just since you asked. Let me see here. I will say. Okay, let me see. Don't Close Your Eyes, sung by Dylan Scott, is such a beautiful song. I don't know why. I don't know why I like a bunch of songs that talk about infidelity in some way. It's not intentional. I don't actually vibe with like the message, but for some reason a lot of these songs that do talk about it are just great songs. So Don't Close Your Eyes by Dylan Scott, Thing for You by Hinder, which is insane, but it just sounds nice. Um, Last Thing I Needed, First Thing This Morning by Willie Nelson. I mean, these are songs I've mostly been listening to recently. I don't think I can really give a top 5 songs. What do you guys think of this? Let me go down. There's so many questions. I look like I'm streaming from a VHS tape. If I 1v1'd you in Counter-Strike 2, I would lose. Alexu desu. This is Alex B in Japanese. Watashi no seru tachi ga daisuki desu. Nice. And these questions. Bash, talk to us about you and James postseason. There's nothing to talk about. I don't have anything against him, and I want to be his friend. We talked. There's nothing bad between us at all. Hopefully when I see him, which I don't know when that will be, but when I see him, maybe we'll do like a podcast together, like just like an episode together. I think that would be funny. Let me go back here. The top 5 songs mess me up because I can't choose. I don't really have any. What are your favorite websites or your corners of the internet? I don't really have any. I mean, I mostly used to spend my time on YouTube, and now most of that time has shifted to this social media stuff. Any ideas or plans for what your post-tank content will be? Not exactly. I think I'm going to get a new computer, an actual microphone, an actual webcam. Maybe stream sometimes, maybe make some videos. I do like the idea of talking about spirituality and my experience growing up. And maybe also maybe travel stuff. I mean, if God willing, by the end of this year, if I am in Japan, I think that would be cool. So maybe something like that. Is it true you're using your time on Fishtank for your PhD study? No, that's not. My PhD has nothing to do with Fishtank. Um, uh, I feel like it's general knowledge, but after watching events like the Cell Triathlon and usual food fights, how insufferable is the smell of the tank? I may be wrong, but I believe that production needs to adjust temperature in the house to make daily life more harsh. In past seasons, that piles on too of the trash sounds rough. How hard was it to get used to it, and what room was the most uncomfortable all season? Um, the smell fluctuated, and it depended on the room. Um, I don't want to. One person did something in one room that when I walked in, that was the worst smell I ever smelled in the tank. But that was quite short lived, thankfully. Um, the when Landon threw his like bean juice buckets at me, and the entrance of the arena, that made things a lot worse for going in and out of the arena. So that was awful, and the smell wasn't great. Um, the head prank smell was awful. Um, there's just a lot of like lingering sour smells, like sour from things rotting, and going spoiled and stuff. There's a lot of that, but it wasn't unbearable for the most part. You just have to get used to it. But fresh air was great. Do you think about how you coordinate your clothes, or do you just do it intuitively? I try to coordinate it. I think I recently I've I've been able to sort of pull together my outfits more cohesively. Beforehand, they were more of a mishmash of different things. I am a museum of everything that I love. So it used to be that I just sort of put everything together, and it didn't always look great. Nowadays, I think me finding indigo dye in Japan helped me realize, like, ideally I would only wear clothes that are dyed with indigo. That's very difficult, and so that turned into I mostly wear blue clothes, and I like the way it feels, and I think that in a cohesive sense it works better that I wear clothes that are like white, black, or blue, and that sort of fits together nicely. Um, but it's not like a complete and hard autistic rule. I do have some clothes that are not blue, but for the most part, that's what I try to do in terms of keeping things cohesive. How big of a Josie cell were you back in the day? Also, do you have the queso plushie? No. I wasn't a weird Josie cell. I have to be honest. I thought she was awesome. I thought it was very funny that there was this person who was in the tank who was just completely in their own world and um, just stimming all the time and not like everyone else. Like they're sort of like they had these storylines, I guess, but Josie was just vibing. It seemed the whole time, so I thought that was hilarious. And I did buy the plushie because I wanted like I don't really like to buy merch because if I buy a T-shirt, I'm not gonna really wear a T-shirt or something. So or stickers, I don't really use stickers. So I thought, okay, well maybe I'll buy the same plushie that Josie has. But then when I was leaving Japan, I realized, maybe it's a little bit weird that I'm holding on to a plushie. So I gave it to this little girl. Uh, when Head joined the tank, he told you the story about Darby Allin. You mentioned knowing AEW. Do you watch wrestling? If so, how is it meeting Darby, and who's some of your favorite wrestlers? Um, uh, yeah, I do watch wrestling, but I'm not a huge wrestling head. Um, when I was a kid, I would watch more. When I was a kid, my favorite wrestlers were. It used to be Ed Hardy, and then he left, and then uh, Edge, and then he left, and then Shawn Michaels, and then he left. And so just and then like by then I was like, okay, well people who I like keep leaving, so looking back, I've watched some sort of like matches on YouTube from the Attitude Era and everything. Of course, I watched the match with Mick Foley and Undertaker that in this the steel cage match that was awesome. Um, but I didn't really get to meet Darby Allin. He just sort of like he left before I could really meet him. Tell me more about midichlorians. No. What inspired you to dress in the way that you do? Was it out of appreciation for culture, or did you just like the drip? No, it was what it is two things. It's one, when I like something or love something, I have to find a way to represent it or manifest it physically. And then it also, um, over time, this wasn't always the case, but over time, I did like the dandy aesthetic. And being a dandy uh, doesn't mean that you dress in any like you know like dandies can look different, but basically dressing over the top with bright colors, and I guess people would call it peacocking. But the difference with peacocking, um, is that like people like mystery, like pickup artists or whatever, they dress up solely to stand out so that they can get attention in a club, and regardless of what people might think, that's genuinely not what I'm trying to do. I'm not like trying to stand out in order to get attention, genuinely. I just I like the idea of going all out and maximizing. I guess in a way, artistically, I'm more of a maximalist than a minimalist. Um, uh, so because I love a lot of things, I try to find a way to put them all together. Here, right, Native American stuff, cowboy stuff, Japanese stuff, even Tibetan stuff, and Islamic stuff, and Chinese stuff, Indian sometimes, but yeah. So I just try to like put as much of that as possible in what I wear and what I do. Genuinely asking, where are your four wives? Do you all live together, or are they scattered across different countries? Also, if you're married to multiple women, why do you choose celibacy? Uh, my four wives are all living in Japan waiting for me. Uh, I'm not celibate, it's just that they haven't been consummated yet. I went to Fishtank during the honeymoon. Failed former religious grad student here. How do you bracket your personal faith away from your academic studies? I tried and failed, and it just ate away at it. Yeah, when you study religious studies in academia, you meet a bunch of people who are like they're pretty Reddit coded. Um, I'm getting accused that my stream is pre-recorded. It's not pre-recorded. Okay, I haven't. I'm not looking. The chat is okay. Hold on. Let me go down to the chat. See, mod complete. What was your undergraduate and potential PhD in by Binky Bun? See, it's not. It's not pre-recorded, guys. um, it's just a lot to just. I didn't expect there to be. Are your four imaginary wives in the room with us right now? It's just a lot of questions. I'm a little bit overwhelmed. I'm sorry. I'm trying to, you know, I'm trying to be gracious and uh, answer everybody, but it seems to be impossible. Thoughts on Fairuz and John Prine? I don't know John Prine, but I like Fairuz. But I mostly listen to Abdul Halim Hafiz if I listen to Arabic music. Um, what would you have done if you were in James's shoe in the final Guru Wrestling Challenge? Would you have wrestled the twins? Do you feel bad that Drake was put in that position? Much love. Um, of course, that was a difficult position for Drake to be in, and he's obviously super competitive, and he's not a bad person, and he obviously doesn't want to hurt the twins, and he obviously talked to them right after that or whatever. But if you give him a challenge and you say this is what you need to do to win, he's going to do it, right? within the context of what's needed in the challenge. Whether or not I would have done the same thing, all I can say is that my mom thinks I wouldn't have. That's my answer. Have your thoughts on anybody in attack changed since you've left and seen footage from within? I'm trying to avoid that, but it is funny to see like how much people would like talk to me for real, and then they would like later on diss me or whatever. It is funny, but I don't hold it against them. Okay, here. Mod lesbians for Letty. Alright, there you go. I have one mod, guys. Family Mart or 7-Eleven? The correct answer is Lawson. No, not actually. I lived next to a Lawson, and that's where I used to go for the most part. But honestly, the place, I would rarely be able to get to a Family Mart, and whenever I went to a Family Mart, I would always say this is a lot better. Red Vines or Twizzlers? I don't like either. Oh my gosh, thank you, Darren, for the tip, man. That's awesome, dude. You guys are amazing. Would you come back for more stuff? Do you think the Muslim and Christian worlds may have peace together, or will that only come in the end? Thank you for causing this Christian to rethink his view on Muslims. God be with you. Also, keep the O5 look. It's unique and fits you. Thanks, man. Of course I would come back for more stuff. Yeah, probably real peace between Muslims and Christians will only come when Jesus Christ, peace be upon him, comes and at the end of days and he returns. But it's always beautiful. I mean, in Syria, my sheikh, my spiritual mentor, who was a Sufi sheikh, he would go around and like give gifts or candy or congratulate not like Christian friends that he had, including nuns. Why did I say Jews? Including nuns. And when he would leave, like at the door, the nuns would say, "Pray for me." And I think that's so beautiful, right? Here's a nun telling a Muslim sheikh to pray for them. And that's the world that I love. That's the world that I love. I love people. That's why I don't like debates. I'm not here. I'm never going to be here to debate religion. That completely misses the point, in my opinion. You're going to follow whatever religion you're following. I'm not going to go after you for that. Of course not. But I hope that we can recognize and share that we do indeed worship the same God, and that we're human beings and we live in the same world created by God, and so we obviously can share our experience in that regard genuinely. And it can just be, when I talk to a Christian, it can just be a human being talking to another human being about shared religious experience. It doesn't have to be a theological discussion each time. How long did it take you to grow your hair out? I shaved it bald in 2019 after I went on the Hajj to Mecca. And since then, I haven't cut my hair at all. I kind of like the idea of like the Nazarites, like Samson. And there's just something interesting spiritually about hair, where it's like you either find that like you either spiritually go bald or you never cut your hair. Like, and I'm kind of an extremist in that respect. So I don't like, obviously there's nothing wrong with like cutting your hair, but for some reason I don't want to do it unless I go on another pilgrimage. But I was prepared if it did get cut off on when I was there. I would just have to deal with it. But I tried to make sure that didn't happen. I wouldn't have shaved my head if I was in the final two, though. I wouldn't just willingly do it, I don't think. Did I take any goo home? Yes, I took one tub, and the name of the goo is Bingo Bongo. Tell us more about the car you wrote the Chinese word for pussy on. That's not... I'll show the pictures of the car on Instagram. Okay. What does your family think of your experience? They have been so gracious and so generous and so beautiful. They have supported me this whole time. Uh, at a loss for words. I thought like I would be really giving like making their lives hell, but they've been so supportive. So, and they're really proud of me, which is awesome. Do you view anything differently now post tank? Yeah, I think that all the adversity that I went through was beautiful, and I couldn't see that in the time, or like when I was going through it. You remind me of Ross Scott from Accursed Farms. Do you follow that guy at all? I think I know Accursed Farms. Do I? Let me look this up. Accursed Farms. I'm subscribed. Oh, I remind you of him. I don't think we look alike, but that's interesting. Which dialect of Arabic would you recommend learning to a new learner? Of course, the Syrian one. The Egyptian one, everyone will say because people can understand it, from all over. But I think I don't know. I still prefer the Syrian one. What is your greatest fear? I don't know. Tell us something embarrassing. You mentioned half of your regrettable moments being with women when you were consoling Landon. Spill the beans. No, that's just something all men have to go through. I don't really have a favorite book. I don't really have one. Favorite philosopher? I don't know. Plato. Do you have any pets? No, but I've always wanted a cat. Allah يجزيك خير. Femboy Cardi. Uh, I've always wanted a cat, but my family is super allergic. My dad considers himself a fallen Catholic and thinks religion is bullshit, and the people that are so-called believers are trying to appear moral. Also, Germany banned teaching children about hell because it's considered child abuse. Thoughts? Well, yeah, that's stupid. At least the Germany banning teaching about hell, but I mean, those sort of stuff should be taught by learned scholars and like spiritual mentors. I mean, anyway, so um, people are trying to appear moral. I'm sorry that your dad thinks that. I hope that God guides him. Do I feel weird about the female simps? Yes, but it's cool. I'm grateful for them. What do you do your research in? The one with Japan, I'm very interested in early 20th century Japanese, early 20th century Japanese intellectual history, and uh, it's very interesting for me to read about Pan Asianism and the Japanese reception of Islam and stuff. And so I'm going to do something about that, but post World War II. I saw where you said you liked Vine sauce. Do you like Vinny or Joel or both? Both for sure. Uh, Thoughts on Renee? Okay, should I talk about this? Thoughts on Renee Ganon and the perennialist school? Are you a universalist or do you believe Islam is the one true faith and your justification for either position? I believe Renee Ganon is a very, very special man who was brilliant, and um, but I would not consider myself a perennialist or a traditionalist. Um, but I do believe that sincere Christians, right, Christians who are sincere and genuine in their faith and are following their religion to a T, um, as it says in the Quran, no fear shall come upon them, nor shall they grieve. Um, and I believe the same for Jews. And so anyone who follows a religion that was originally uh, brought down through revelation, I do believe that if they are sincere in that, that I believe that God will for sure have mercy on them on the day of judgment. But of course, all of this is up to God. I don't decide who goes to heaven or hell. God does. Um, but I do believe that Islam is the seal of the religions. I believe that Islam is the culmination of all of humanity's religious history. Uh, so I don't think I don't see them on equal measure, which many perennialists would do. Uh, could you just sing just goo and I? Just Goo and I together forever in Goo. Now that the season is over, can you say whether they told you to shoot Anissa instead of James Drake? Yes, they. Yeah, I had to shoot. I didn't. I mean, I basically had to shoot Anissa. I mean, she wanted to go home anyway. But again, like everything that you know, I'm happy with the way it all turned out. So there are no regrets in that, in from from that angle. But I did have to shoot Anissa. How do you reconcile something insane and degenerate like Fishtank with more earnest pursuits like spirituality, movies, and literature? How do you make sense of the coexistence of your interests in the unhinged like Fishtank and the sincere and introspective, or do you see them the same? That's a beautiful question. That's what I was trying. I mean, my point is that God is everywhere, and so there shouldn't be circles like the unhinged parts of pop culture where God is forgotten. And I really love the fact, I mean, production, Jet and Ben and everyone, I'm pretty sure they're all Christians. I could be wrong. But I'm pretty sure they all believe in God, and that's beautiful, right? But I wanted to also like live and portray that you can be someone on Fishtank and you still pray, right, 5 times a day, etc., and you still have to fast if it's Ramadan. You don't have to be a saint to be religious. You can be a normal person and be religious. It's just there shouldn't be any divide. At the end of the day, I mean, this isn't necessarily like a comparison, but Jesus sat with prostitutes and talked with them. It's not, you shouldn't like shun people and push them away like that. Religion is a hospital. It's not a health club. In a health club or a gym, people can be rather judgmental and be like, okay, if you're not doing this correctly, then you shouldn't be here. But religion is a hospital. It's for people who it's for the sick. It's for the people who are struggling. It's for the people who need this kind of guidance. And so, even in Fishtank, right, something like that should be shown and expressed. I can't show you my book collection because it's all over the place. How do you deal with wudu hygiene rules for prayer with shit and piss all around? Genuinely, do you not touch your head on the ground during sujood? No, I would always try to put something on the ground where I could pray. It wasn't too difficult, but sometimes it was the cell was difficult. It wouldn't have been okay. Bashir, do you agree that Anissa was going to walk anyway? Since Anissa was going to walk anyway, it would have been funnier for the storyline of season 5 to let you eliminate James just for Anissa to walk and James to be brought back. Oh, yes, that would be great. That would be hilarious. Damn, that we should have done that. I should have talked to production about that. That would be cool. That would be cool, especially for James. If I eliminated James, but we made sure that Anissa walked out that day anyway, and then he was brought back, that would be awesome. That'd be awesome. But only again if he did come back. If he didn't come back, that wouldn't be cool. The twins have some of your jewelry. That's hilarious. Hold on. Okay. Hi, it's me, the biggest Blade fan. What is your favorite Blade album? What is your favorite Blade song? Recently, I've been listening to Smart Water and also Inside Out. I've been listening to Inside Out a lot. And in terms of album, I guess I would have to say Ice Dancer, right? Yeah. I would have to say Ice Dancer because that's most of my favorite songs are from there. I'm kind of a poser, guys. Don't think that I'm too real. When are we going to see the new DGUS tour? I don't know. Would I rather see Mr. Naked or Beth back in the future season? Probably Beth, if I had to choose between those two. Uh, will you forgive me for spamming Parkland TTSs to Vimp even after you said to stop? I mean, you should probably repent. You don't need my forgiveness. Uh, my brother, Big James. Oh, hey, let me just text my friend who was like helping me out here. Thanks, man. I really appreciate it. Okay. My brother, Big James Drake fan here, which meant for the plot, I was also a big Bashir hater. Okay. Clear it up with your fans that when you were raiding Fort Drake, you did in fact have a full house dog pile against him. My brother. Number one. I was dogpiled throughout the whole season. Let's say that you're correct. Let's say that, yes, there was one night where I had a dogpile against James, right? Okay. So, me being dogpiled the whole season is now, doesn't matter because I had one night where finally James had a dogpile against him. That doesn't make sense. And then also, was it a real dogpile? Danye coordinated this and he said, okay, we're going to go down and attack. Okay, so I go down. It's me, Danye, Binks, Landon, and Vimp. Alright. We go down. Danye immediately leaves. Binks hides behind the like just is looking from behind in the hallway. Landon is doing the same. It's just me in the front lines throwing stuff and Vimp being next to me helping me out. So it's just me and Vimp, and against James and Laura. All right. And in terms of the candy challenge, James was getting his candy, Laura's candy, Suzette's candy. Binks gave him her candy, not all of it, but she was helping him out. I'm pretty sure, and also Danye. And Vimp wasn't even on the board to get candy for the longest time. So I don't understand the that angle. And again, like, James Drake found adversity right at the end, but I think it would be just like now. I look back and I'm like, I'm genuinely thankful for that adversity. It would be cool for him to go through much more throughout the entire season because you get to see him rise above it, you know? Was Oda Nobunaga secretly based the whole time, or was he just a spoiled man with an ego and money? I'm not sure. I don't know too much about uh, Oda Nobunaga or Toyotomi Hideyoshi or whoever. Um, uh, does Lance talk off camera? You mean Vance? Yes, he does. He's cool. Do I fuck with Hazeldine, aka Infrared? I don't. Is that if he's a singer or a musician? I haven't heard anything that he's done. I don't think. Are you going to continue the family tradition of having a Wikipedia page? I guess now. That'd be cool. Have I watched any films by Sion Sono? No. Ocarina of Time or Link to the Past? I've actually never played a Zelda game. I had a PlayStation 2 as a kid, and then later a Wii. Oh, sorry, I'm kind of out of frame here. I think you mentioned where you got your tabbies from, but I'm wondering if there's a website. There's no website. In Japan, I got them off Amazon in Japan. But you probably find them on eBay or wherever, you know. Just look up tabby boots, and I'm sure you can find them. Why is my stream audio so scuffed? Because I don't have a microphone. All right, just deal with it, guys. Okay. This is a early 2000s stream LARPing. Do I like shoegaze? Do you mean shoe nice? Do I watch Josie streams? I tried to, but I don't know, it wasn't my thing. Do you think Twins had a legitimate shot to win? Maybe if they went for Drake's legs? Did you consider doing a Stone Cold and jumping in the fray? No. That would have been interesting too if they could have like tagged someone in. Did they really have a chance like tapping him out? Probably not, to be honest. Uh, Ayo Bashir, Binks found this in your Bin Laden hole. Is this yours? The green thing? No. No, that's not mine. Uh, that is not mine. I don't know where that came from, but that was there when I first entered the hole. Dota and CS2 streams when I wouldn't play Counter Strike 2. I would play Counter Strike 1.6 if I played Counter Strike. Did my parents watch the show live? My dad did. My mom couldn't. Did I actually get the 1K for that one challenge? You, the twins, and Blaine won? Yes. Did they get it and know it came from you? Yes. It was a very humble thing you did. I appreciate that. Thank you, my man. Well, I get that because then, I mean, I couldn't have done it without them, and to me, it didn't matter. It wasn't about the money. It was just proving myself and trying to win a challenge, and they would have benefited more than me. I felt like so. I've not played the GTA San Andreas Bab al Hada bootleg edition. I did play like the Spider-Man and Superman bootlegs. My dad thinks I did something beautiful, but he was still very stressed out. Came here late, but explained the whole prayer session with Vimp. It was a high point for me, and I don't know why. I mean, that's beautiful. She asked if she could pray with me. I think she was stressed out about the idea of like Frank Castle coming in or something. But it was very beautiful. I'm very grateful that happened. Someone in chat asked Asuka or Ray. I don't know who those are. Have you ever been to Shizuoka? No. I was close. I went to Atami, but I don't think I went to Shizuoka. How do I stay in such good shape? Am I? That's crazy. I don't do any exercises. Why did you take up smoking and how old were you? I started with nicotine when I was 24. I was on the road trip and my friend was smoking weed all the time and I kind of felt jealous, but I wasn't going to smoke weed, and so I started smoking cigars every now and then. And that's also when I got into nasal snuff tobacco. All right. Let me see. Oh, this one is broken. I'm not going to sniff any here. Should I? Should I sniff some nasal snuff tobacco here? Actually, I might have some here. But I mostly did it as a novelty. And then for the show, I smoked for the show. I don't smoke don't really smoke outside of the show, but I do. Okay, hold on. Someone said yes, do it. So let me actually try and find it. Okay, this is the first one I got out. Auto Snuff RM. Raspberry Menthol. Alright. Look at that. Okay. Look up the channel Snooze at Home if you want good nasal snuff related videos. That's beautiful. Wow. But I don't smoke outside of the tank. Although I will admit there's some cravings now because of the tank. I just do Zins because nicotine is good for you. But you should probably do it after you're 25. What part of Japan do you want to go to the most when you return? Tohoku, because I haven't been there. The northern part of Honshu. Ever tried any martial arts? If not, which one? I did karate. Because there was a dojo right next to my house, but I wasn't really good at it. I really want to do kendo and judo. One of my teacher friends was like one of the top kendoka in Japan, and I hope he can teach me. Will I read you a bedtime story? Let's see. When I came into the house with all that zins and tobacco, was that a bit? It just seemed like such an absurd moment. It was not a bit. It was not a bit. After seeing the finale, are you glad you got out when you did? I'm glad I got out when I did, period, regardless of the finale, because that's what God chose. Fuck Mary Kill. El Topo, Santa Sangre, and the Holy Mountain. Well, I have to kill Santa Sangre because I haven't seen it. I would probably fuck El Topo and marry the Holy Mountain. Thoughts on Letty? She's awesome. She's amazing. She was so kind to me. Um, when she's on camera, she Letty mogs all the time. But outside of, you know, outside of the camera, she's very nice. Um, does it matter how you make a Jaeger bomb? Of course. It has to be Red Bull, but also probably have like a non-alcoholic version. Do you collect any physical music media? I do have a couple. Oh, I have some snuff on my cheek. I I do have a John Mouse album collection, but other than that, not really. Any plans with BAM? Not currently, but we're talking. Will I go on Ninja Warrior? I don't know if I'd be good at that. Please speak to whether or not you are a gamer. Kind of. I used to play a lot more games before college. Like in high school, I used to play a lot more. Team Fortress 2, Gmod, Left 4 Dead. I used to play Dota and not be good at it. Obviously in Syria I used to be kind of yes, I played a lot of video games in my life, but after college I lost the interest to really play any single player games. I've tried to, but I don't know. But I still play video games. Nowadays it's mostly Paradox games to just sort of let off some steam. Ain't nobody care about Syria. Blaine was talking up TF2 a bunch. I'm a fiend for some TF2. I know, I love TF2. Are you Sunni or Shia? If you're Sunni, why? And who is the rightful successor to Ali? Karamallah wajhu. These questions. I'm technically Sunni, but my spiritual mentor would say the best Sunni is a Shia, and the best Shia is a Sunni. I'm not sectarian in any way. Thoughts on furries? It's a bit weird. What is my favorite cheese? I don't know. Pepper Jack? My Sufi buddy said that your marriages are void if they were not consummated. Thoughts? I guess I gotta consummate them. Salam Bashir, real question. What was the hardest decision you made in the tank? I have no idea. Hardest decision? What did I don't even remember making a decision. I guess during the candy challenge, finally, like after Landon came at me like relentlessly, and it was the 11th hour, finally being like, okay, I guess I'm against Landon. That was a hard decision for me, but I didn't like it. How cathartic? I'm not gonna read that one. It's about the door thing with James. It was just a moment of anger. Alright, I don't want to hurt anybody. Will I ever consider going on El Estanque? Probably not. I don't know. It's a little too crazy. What would I have done if someone like Laura cut my hair, and were you worried about that at all? I was worried, but if she did, I wouldn't. I would just have to deal with it and tank it, and just be like, okay, you know. I probably would have shaved my head if my hair was cut. I probably would just go ahead and shave my head, and just treated the whole experience as like this pilgrimage I had to go on. If I transitioned, would you take me as your fourth harlot and divorce one of the ones you have to make room? Probably not. Probably not. Was being on Fishtank what you thought it would be? No. It was much better, beautiful, and blessed. What was it like waking up in the middle of a Blaine Goon sesh, and did he apologize? That was for a bit. That wasn't real. I had my shoes on, for God's sakes. Were you disappointed? Were you disappointed or relieved by the lack of old popular freeloaders like Frank or Letty? I would have loved to like meet a lot of these people, but I mean, I think like I loved Head as a freeloader, and then in the middle we kind of had a bunch of freeloaders I was like about, but then towards the end I liked all the freeloaders. So mm, was burning the succubus with holy water the high point of the season for you? No, not at all. And also, genuinely, first off, I saw the clip. I did not target her eyes. It was above her head. She just moved her head upwards and it got in her eyes. And second, also sincerely, you can call me retarded, but I didn't know alcohol like burned eyes. I have no experience with alcohol. I don't know what alcohol is. I thought it was people drink it and get fucked up. I didn't know that it's not good for the eyes, for God's sakes. Uh, yeah, that's real. Okay, but it didn't matter anyway because I put like mayonnaise in James's eyes. He's like, you put chemicals in my eyes or whatever. So I guess anything getting in people's eyes, but that's not intentional. You can't aim this stuff. You throw it, and their eyes are just there. Okay, but whatever. How do you think your wives feel when you say probably not when you ask if you would divorce them? Shouldn't you say never? I love them. Of course, never. I love them. Although I don't know, the fourth wife would probably be okay with me saying it. Mm. I loved when Alex came back, but I was probably a little bit boring when it was Alex and Binks because I felt like a lot of the attention was sort of focused on them, so there wasn't really much of a point for me to do anything. Uh, how do you feel about people who are maybe somewhat spiritual but believe all religions are fake and gay? I would say that you should reconsider that opinion and really look into it. Um, there are a lot of so-called religious people might seem fake and gay, but uh, religions themselves are not, and you'll find if you look into it, a treasure trove of beauty and sincerity. Since you're interested in early 20th century Japan and their opinions on Muslims, have you heard of the early tokusatsu show Messenger of Allah? I have not. I'll look that up. How many languages do you know? I speak Arabic and English and a little Japanese. I took some Turkish, but I think I forgot it all. Whatever part of my brain that learned Turkish, like this is the same part that I had to learn Japanese, so it just was replaced by Japanese. Thoughts on Yukio Mishima? I don't know. I visited his grave. I visit a lot of people's graves. Are my parents Muslim? Yes. Uh, Raise the blue one. Okay, Raise the blue one. Asuka's the red one. They're from Neon Genesis Evangelion. You should watch it, especially if you like Lane. All right, I will watch it. Let's see here. Asuka's the red one. Raise the blue one. I think Asuka's cuter. You were playing The Quiet Things That No One Ever Knows by Brand New the other day. Do you like a lot of Brand New songs or just that song? Brand New is my favorite band and you were my favorite fish, so hearing you play that song was awesome. Much love, Bashir. I only really know that song, but I'll try and, I don't know, give me some recommendations and I'll listen to some of their other stuff. Hold on, let me do this. Should have chosen Ray. Uh-oh. Yeah, I knew that was a trick answer. I don't know, I like the long hair. Most recent. Oh wait, hold on. Is that from Taylor? Time Splitters Future Perfect stream when? That would be cool. Do I need like an emulator for that? Landon will be fine. Whatever happens with Landon, if he goes through pain, that's kind of what all men have to go through. And if he doesn't go through pain, even better. Okay, let me see some questions from here then. Jesus Christ by Brand New is a banger. Is it blasphemous? If it's blasphemous, I don't want it. Crusader King's stream. What do you know about manhood? You wear skirts. All the best men in history wore skirts, my friend. Mm, yeah, I can set up an emulator. Do I have any opinions about the Baha'i faith? No, I don't wanna. I don't want to share my opinions about that here. Uh, how much weight did I lose? I was before I got on the tank. I had a 34 waist size, and then when he got me the pants for the melon challenge, and it was 34 waist, I could tell that I went down like maybe probably 2 sizes, which is good because I used to be a 32. So I didn't weigh myself, but there you go. Do I know CD Naoki Yamamoto? Of course. And do you personally follow the Shadili Tariqa? No. I know that was my character creation, but no, I'm Naqshbandi. I'm initiated into the Naqshbandi path. Thoughts on Sufism and Islamic mysticism versus Islamic law and jurisprudence? There's no verses there. They need to be synthesized. You can't have one without the other. What is this? Please look in Twitter replies, Bashir. I need your birthday and age for Tomodachi Life. Look at the character I made of you, please. Love you. And the Twitter replies? Is it the for my most recent tweet? Oh yeah, here it is. Oh dang, that looks awesome. You can just put like February 10th. All right. Yeah. What is your favorite movie? The Tiger and the Snow is my favorite movie by Roberto Benigni. Thoughts on ghost politics? I have no idea what Landon was talking about in terms of ghost. I have no idea. Thoughts on the Kurds? The spiritual mentor of my spiritual mentor, and many in my line of my initiatic chain are Kurds, and so the Kurds are a crown that I wear on my head. The Kurds, if it were not for the Kurds, I would not have the relationship that I have with God. So God bless the Kurds. What are my thoughts on the song "Ride on Time" by Yamashita Tatsuro? I love it. Yamashita Tatsuro is my favorite city pop artist. He's just amazing. But it's hard to listen to him because he's not on Spotify. So I have to like go on even on YouTube. It's hard. Thoughts on Chinese people? I love Chinese people. I love Chinese history and civilization. I never got to talk to Sam Hyde. No. Okay. Do I like Akira Kurosawa? Yes, I visited his grave as well, and also the grave of Mifune Toshiro. Kurosawa Akira's grave is in Kamakura, I believe. Favorite David Lynch film? Probably Mulholland Drive, and that's just a crazy beautiful cinematic experience. سام بشير أنا فلسطيني وقد تابعتك طوال فترة العرض بارك الله فيك ويرزقك الخير لبقية حياتك لقد ألهمتني لا أخشى إظهار إسلامي الحمد لله حتى في ظل أشد المحن والشدائد أبعث لك حبي من فلسطين. All my love to you, Goy Cattle Fodder. Thank you so much. That means so much. Do I like Masaki Kobayashi? I don't know who that is. Sorry. Talk about safe. Again, these are people on Muslim Twitter who are Muslim Twitter. They're Muslims on Twitter who I just find very smart and interesting, and I like the things that they say. They're also shit posters, and people were talking about like some of the memes that they make. They're shit posters, guys. It's not serious, but they're much smarter than I am, and I do like that they're trying to engage with contemporary philosophy from an Islamic perspective in ways that a lot of people aren't doing that. Can I give my take on Ahmed al-Shara? He is our liberator, man. We're all surprised by how good he's been doing. I do like him. Sorry if you don't. And all the stuff that people are saying about him, no, it's just not true. I think he obviously has weirdos probably around him, but I think he's great. Uh, what's good, bros? You and the show really inspired me to take a break and also provide a good distraction from alcohol. That's awesome. You remind me of a couple of my religious Muslim coworkers who I also showed you to, and they fuck with you heavy. Cheers and assalamu alaikum, or however it goes. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Have you seen Rabbits? Another wild David Lynch work. It's one of his short films. I don't think so. I don't think I have. I have heard of it, but I haven't seen it. I have not taken the JLPT. I probably would get a 0. Or less than N5, I guess. Muslims, but we read Nick Land. Yep, this is freaking epic. You are lucky Sam and Frank were not there to make you boof bacon. Do people still not understand? Have I seen any Japanese wrestling? It's very different and more. Yeah, I have seen a little. Of course, my favorite Japanese wrestler is Antonio Inoki, who, by the way, is Muslim. He passed away while I was in Japan. I want to visit his grave. May God rest his soul. He is buried in Aomori. My favorite Tobuscus video or song is one of the Minecraft videos where he just like in Minecraft he just so ADHD brain, just walks around and sings. It's hilarious. Song wise it's probably the Creed parody. What makes you sad? I don't know what makes me sad. A lot of things. Women. I need to read Christ the Eternal Tao. Okay. Why do I like Chelino Sanchez? The songs go hard, man. Yeah, Antonio Inoki wrestled Andre and Hulk Hogan. He's awesome. Favorite Weird Al song? I like a lot. But I guess eBay I connect with because, that's kind of like my life. Vimp lied to you saying she was forced to go to land and she wasn't. She wrapped legs and arms around him. Okay. I mean, it's whatever. Uh, Jet took the heart of the show and broke it, right? I don't agree. I think he's great. I think people should lay off production because of this. They're retarded. But so are all of us. All of us here are retarded. Could you imagine making Fishtank on your own? You're probably thinking like, oh, I would make it so awesome. I have all these great ideas. I would be great. You don't know how much, like, shit they have to go through and how hard they have to work for the show and all the horrible things that go wrong and all of the things that's on their mind. And, like, bro, just enjoy it because they're trying their best and they love what they do. Okay, and obviously they're going to make mistakes, but like if I was in their position, I would probably make much worse mistakes. Do you not see this stream that I'm on? I'm not saying that you're saying that I would do better, but look at this freaking early 2000s stream that I have set up here. Like I don't know what I'm doing, so like serious. Like I do think people should lay off them, not because like maybe criticisms aren't valid, but they're not these horrible people or whatever. They're trying their best, and I do love what they produce. I'm not into, I saw you smoking cigarillos in the tank. Are you into shisha? No, I don't like shisha. In terms of 2000 streams, this is pretty good. Awesome. Am I still manipulating Landon and Twins as we speak? Am I being manipulated right now? You are. You have no idea what I have planned. It's all going to come together. Just you wait. It's the long play. Wait 20 years and you'll see. Showa era stream. Yes. Uh, how was hanging out with Bam Postank? He is so generous and kind. I mean, oh my gosh, he. It's really like just hanging out with a cool guy from like college or high school. And by that I mean it's like there's no there anything related to him being a celebrity that is completely gone. There's nothing like that whatsoever. It's seriously just this cool person that wants to hang out with you and is awesome. So it was great hanging out with him. And again, he was so generous. Even and I still didn't I don't feel like I deserve it. He's going to Nanshinron, both twins and Landon soon. Yeah. Nanshinron. Uh, did I expect 2005 Bam or expected a more mellowed out Bam? I wasn't expecting anything. I mean, I'm not a deep like. I'm not the biggest. I wasn't the biggest Bam fan in before. I mean, now I am. But I just watched Jackass. I wasn't really expecting anything. But I sure as hell wasn't expecting us to vibe so well, which is awesome. How quickly did the constant low IQ criticisms of Islam get old? The guys that think you'll instantly catch on fire if you miss a prayer or touch pork. How awful was it to be around Binks? That's an aside. It got old instantly because I've been dealing with that my whole life. It was not awful to be around Binks. She's cool outside of the tank. She is. She's just a normal person and she's gracious and easy to talk to. So I have nothing against Binks. She's cool. Outside of the tank. Bashir, you were initially my favorite contestant based on looks, but watching your continuous moral and religious values without wavering were truly an inspiration which I never thought I would get from Fishtank. Thank you, Barakallah Feek. Thank you, my friend. That means a lot. Have I seen any Jan Svankmeyer? Highly recommend if you haven't. 6 stop motion stuff. I'll look it up. I actually thought you were a plant at first. I when people ask that, I try to like not say anything about that. I'm not a plant, obviously, but I thought it was funny that people would think that I was. uh, yeah, see, Jet is a big W for getting me on Fish Tank. And also, they were. I'll say another thing about production. They were so real with me about what I could and couldn't do. Like I told them right when they interviewed me, I said, "Well, here are the things I can't do, and I'm sorry, but like I just can't do them because of my faith." And they were like, when he got the barber on, I whispered to Jet, I said, like, he's not. Please don't let him cut my hair. And he said, "No, dude, that's your religion or whatever." Of course, like cutting my hair isn't actually part of Islam, but that's just something I sincerely hold true to myself. Yeah, he was so like real about that. And just with everything, of course, right? They could have fucked with me so much more based on my religion. I'm sure a lot of people would have liked to see that, but I'm really appreciative of them, and I was kind of prepared for them to do that more. But it really did mean a lot to me that they didn't do that. It just showed that they're genuinely cool people. Uh, Wait, what? Is that the real Taylor? Do I play any instruments? I took some guitar in college, but I need to pick it back up. When I was going around on my road trip around America, I dress like this, and my friend Kimosabi also dresses rather eccentrically. And my other friend, although he didn't really dress eccentrically, he still wore like a cowboy hat and stuff. And so everybody kept asking us if we were in a band. Like so every person we would meet, so like sure over like 50 times we were asked if we were in a band. And at one point, this producer in Alpine, Texas, called Delgado, smoking this cigar and with this big cowboy hat on, said like, "You guys have the look. I'm ready to sign you guys. You just have it. I don't even need to listen to anything you guys do." So we told him we were part of a band called Feminology of Spirit, because I thought that was funny. And but nothing came out of that. But then I later thought that like maybe God is telling me that maybe I should be part of a band. But I don't really. I'm not. You guys heard my singing voice. I don't think anyone wants to pay to listen to that. Then also, I don't really know any instruments, but I should learn guitar for sure. I do love Taylor. Taylor, you were pretty annoying in the beginning of season 2, but seeing you go through so much and the way that you dealt with everything was really, I mean, you are a true Onna Musha. You are a true female warrior, and I sincerely respect you. I remember you mentioning in the tank that The Long Goodbye was your favorite movie. It's incredible. Have you watched Chinatown? Of course I've watched Chinatown. Chinatown's also really up there, man. Fishtank was amazing. Thank you. Yes, I agree. I liked Fishtank. What was that? There's a reply to a comment, but I couldn't see the comment. I have to sell the headbands. So these headbands I designed. The problem is I didn't design them like I didn't design any of the calligraphy on them. The calligraphy on it either uses fonts that are copywritten or like actual calligraphy pieces that are copywritten. So I won't be able to sell my exact one like that. But what I can do is I'm going to see if I can design one that is free from all the copyright stuff to sell. And here it is a little more up close. I'll probably like take photos of it and upload it other places. Yeah. And then it's funny that at the end there's a phoenix and a dragon. That was kind of an interesting bit of a synchronicity. That's a dragon, and then here is the phoenix side. To go over what everything means would take forever, so I'll probably figure out some other time to do that. And there's also the other side here, right? Right here. I'm proud of this part too. If you know Japanese, you still probably won't be able to understand this because I tried to write this in a way that was kind of like an older style of Japanese, but maybe someone out there, maybe they can correct me. Maybe a Japanese expert can read this and they can tell me that I messed up a lot. And it's all filled with mistakes and it's incomprehensible. But yeah. But I'll try to make ones that I can sell for sure, because I do love the fact they took a lot of work, but I do love the fact that I had like this sort of signature thing. You gotta show you how to play Stars of the Midnight Range on guitar. I would love that. That would be great. It is wild synchronicity. Thank you for liking how I monologue. Maybe I will make YouTube videos talking about some of this stuff. Yes, exactly. I'm talking about worshiping God and going to heaven. If I could get pregnant, would I? No. I mean, if I was a woman, yes. I loved when Letty said that what The Wire was like, and you said you didn't know because you never watched it. Yeah. That was so funny to me. That, like, after I said this show should be more like The Wire, and then Like people actually asked me about that, and I was like, oh, I don't know, I've never seen The Wire. I recall you mentioning that you visited the graves of people that you can't mention. Were there war criminals or something? I visited a few of those at Tama Cemetery. Yes, I have been to Tama Cemetery. Mostly, I mean, some people are kind of controversial, and people would misunderstand why I would visit a person's grave. And it's just hard to explain my thoughts, and you know. Who do you think will make the first Discord server from the season 5 cast? Apparently, I have a Discord server. Actually, I gave an earlier Q&A yesterday with the fans there, so I guess I am. I didn't make it though. If I set up a PO box, someone will send you the wire box. It's okay. I can just watch it for free online. No, I did not visit Hitler's grave. I'm not going to visit Hitler's grave. But I did watch the Mark. What's his name? Mark Felton? I think it's Mark Felton, right? His videos on World War II and stuff. And he talked about how Hitler is most likely buried in like the parking lot under a tree or whatever. But I'm not going to visit that. Obviously. He's still alive in Argentina. I should do an IRL stream in Japan with Letty. If I God willing go to Japan and she's there, why not? I sound all fucked up. There's a slight doubling in the audio, bro. Just deal with it, dude. I don't know what I'm doing here. Okay. You gotta type an Arabic prayer. Oh, in Bashkord. إلى أي مدة كنت راحت أنفاس جيت كريهة. The smells, Abu Ahmad al-Kuwaiti, were awful, but they were you just kind of deal with it. But yeah, the house smelled all over. But depending on the room. Are we officially bastards? Yes. Everyone's a bastard or bastard. I prefer bastard, but I guess people are saying bastard. What's my favorite Adam Curtis documentary? Century of the Self, maybe. Yeah. Hypernormalization 2 might be my favorite. Can't Get You Out of My Head is a trip, man. It's like 7 hours, isn't it? But yeah, that's great. But Can't Get Out of My Head just felt like more hyper normalization. I'm not going to talk about politics here because it's just, I don't want to get bombed. Bastards were fighting for our lives in the Fishtank chat. God was on your side, don't worry. The funny thing is about the computer room with Binks and Landon is that that place was messed up. It was so trashed. It was, guys, it was so trashed. I'm sure you could see on the camera. But here's the thing. Nobody messed with that room other than Binks and Landon. And that was probably old Binks. I don't know. She just wrecked that room. I have no idea. I have no idea why she did that, but it was destroyed. They nuked themselves. I haven't really played. No, I haven't played Earthbound or any other RPG games like that. I don't think. What's my opinion about JD post tank? I think in the tank he was kind of awesome. Like for the tank, he was awesome. It was great, and he dealt with a kind of hate in a way that no other contestant I feel like ever dealt. It was just like this relentless, this one specific thing that just kept happening, and he just dealt with it. You know, it was great. Jet said that he thought it would be hilarious if you won. I agree. Hey Bash, great job on the show. I fucking hated you a lot of times, but once you stopped caring about the social game and being fucked with and started aura farming, it was fun getting to know a real you. But the show is over, so I can appreciate the heel you unintentionally became to a lot of people. I hope you have a lot of... I was not the heel. I was not the heel. I was the face. Alright? I appreciate it. But I don't know. I don't think I was the villain. What was I? I was a villain. I was not the villain, okay? There weren't any demonic forces in the chat in the tank for me to feel. The best heels don't know their heels. It depends on who you ask, yes, but I don't think I was. I'm an anti-hero. Yes, I was the anti-hero, okay? Am I going on the Northern Line super cruise? So what happened with that? I guess that will happen. I just was reading stuff about it. So they were planning a cruise and then it stopped. Why did it stop? Oh, Blaine is asking. Yes, I'm live on Kick. Seishin Bushi. Yeah. Northern Line canceled the cruise because of his soy fans crashing out. Why did they crash out? If I play copyrighted music right now, is that going to mess with my stream? I kind of wanted to play some Blade. You guys are just going to say yes, play it, but it probably mess with my stream, won't it? Did I keep any of the love letters from the tank? I tried to keep all of them, but obviously you saw how much my stuff got messed with. But I tried to keep all of them. Bashir, can you do me a favor? Can you hold me now? I'm 6 feet from the edge, and I'm thinking maybe 6 feet ain't so far down. Any plans to sell bathwater? Yes. So yeah, I forgot to mention. So my next plan after the tank is I'm going to be doing a lot of bathtub and jacuzzi streams and selling bash water. Bash water. Yeah. They were playing stuff on live, but like it doesn't mess with my thing right now. They're not going to like ban me or whatever. On Kick, I think you're good. They don't care. I'm just gonna do. But this is now we're really going to like 2000s it up because you hear how terrible my microphone is. I'm just gonna play from my phone. Just gonna play from my phone and. All right. Bashir, you need to go to Kiwi Farms and marry user Meiwaku. She is your most noble and smart fangirl, and she would love you forever. Here's the thing, with the Kiwi Farm stuff, I don't even know how to navigate that. I tried looking it up. It's this one long thread with like 5,000 pages. I don't even know how to like find this stuff. I tried looking at it, but do not go there. Okay. Bashir, I know you know deep down that Bingo is better than Bongo. No, I love them both equally. Sincerely. Probably a stupid question, but are Muslims allowed to inhale the fumes from alcohol? I mean, not to get high. I mean, if it's like alcohol is there, and I guess you smell it, but you don't get intoxicated. Don't try to like get intoxicated. You can't like trick God with that. There's a search function. Okay, I can check it out. Meiwaku. People still don't understand. Okay, I'm not gonna read that one. When it was announced I was eliminated, Haters in chat went silent. I saw replay. I think they actually got sad, which was kind of wholesome. Aw. That's beautiful. Thank you to the haters. Do you like Red River Valley? Of course. Red River Valley made me cry when I was leaving Japan. I listened to that song and leaving the people that I knew there and everything. I also came up with a stupid Japanese version of Red River Valley. That would I'll send like a voice message to my friends as I was coming back from my work, and I would be like so starving. I would be like, "Ima kara uchi ni kaeru, uchi ni nani o tabemasu, moshi spaghetti tsukuru nara, takusan yasai o haitemasu." I know that's like probably not good Japanese. Again, I speak like a baby in Japanese, so. What about Beyond the Reef? I could not stop thinking about that song every time I was at the bar during season 2. I haven't. Is Beyond the Reef by My Rams? I don't know that song. Beyond the Reef. Ooh. Nice. Ooh. Ooh. Okay, I'm gonna listen to this on my own time. I love country twang, man. Will I ever come to Dallas? Why not? Because it was like you were like sitting at the reef. I see. Am I a Frank Zappa fan? Not really, but I do like Memories of El Monte, which he wrote. That's a beautiful song, but I like it, sung by the Penguins. What was that one book they recommended? I mentioned conspiracies. Vectors of the Counter Initiation. And also, Systems of the Antichrist. Alright. I recommend those. I don't know where Taylor lives, but if I'm ever around her, then of course we can do a stream if she wants. Okay. Will I ever debate Jay Dyer? Yes, that's the other thing. Aside from the bathtub stream, guys, here's my other plan. I'm going to become a Dawa bro, like a lot of like from like the UK, and the way I'm going to make money is by selling bash water and getting into debates about theology and Western ideologies or whatever. Okay, and I'm going to get overweight and wear a gray T-shirt and have a big beard with no mustache and cut my hair short and just look as unappealing as possible to really get people into this good headspace of connecting beauty with God. I did message James. I talked with James. Do I like Roxy music? Brian Ferry? I don't know them. No, I'll look them up. Have I actually read Heidegger and Hegel? Yes, but I'm an idiot and I don't really remember a lot of it. But I have actually read them in college. Mad love from Vancouver, Canada. Rooting for you since day one and wishing you the absolute best in the future. Thank you so much, man. That's appreciate it. I have some friends in Vancouver. Shout out Mateo, who's not watching right now. Nobody understands Hegel. I do. What did you think of Mintz being disrespectful to Catholics? Yeah, people. I mean, obviously, I don't want to be disrespectful to religions like that. But you know, most people they just kind of they have their own experience in life, and they you know, like it's hard to get people to understand where I'm coming from about not like disrespecting people even if you disagree with them. Blade and Taiba Digital released a new song tonight. It's called Irish Tears. Irish Tears. Blaine, did you tip me, man? Blaine, thank you, Blaine. Blaine, you're the man, sincerely. Can you blame me? Is that the Blaine? Is that the Blaine? Awesome. Blaine it up. Common Blaine W. Let's see this Irish Tears. I prefer cold Minnesota because if we're going to be in Minnesota anyway, it might as well be with a lot of snow. Yes. Yes. Have you ever been to Russia? No. In high school I took Russian and they had plans to go, but then like the 2014 Ukraine stuff happened, unfortunately. So I'd love to go. I have my friend is like me. Instead of Syrian American, he's Russian American. I visited him in Germany. He's in Germany now, but I would have loved to visit him in Russia. I'm reading Modern Man in Search of Meaning by Carl Jung. It's been a really good depth recommended to you. Thank you, my man. Just don't take these sort of things if you read a philosopher or if you are into Carl Jung, or whatever you're into. Just don't take it as being foundational. You can be really into it, but just like with everything, just take what is good and leave what is bad, and you don't have to. No one's going to give you like. Don't just like take someone else and have them like think for you. You know what I mean? There's always going to be something that they say or do that you're going to disagree with. So, thoughts on smoking cigarettes and coffee blues. I think I listened to that song once, but I don't really remember it. I'll listen to it again. Did I watch any sports? I may lose respect if you're a Vikings fan. Well, good for you. I'm not. I don't really watch sports, so I'm not really an any fan. Why is *** slam a banned word? We would love to hear your theological. Muslim? I didn't ban any words. Can I not say Islam? Islam. Yeah, Marty Robbins is the man. I visited his grave too in Nashville. Was I worried about missing Juma? No. One, I was kind of traveling, and two, I mean, yeah. There's more that I can say about that, but it's not that's not really an issue. I got banned, bro. From what? What was I banned from? Favorite Chelino Sanchez song? I think Nieve de Enero. Nieves de Enero. My last concert? Ooh, I forgot. I forgot the band. I just went with some friends, so I forgot what the band was. I'm just going to say John Mouse, just as an answer. Do I like Warren Zevon? My friend Pancho loves Warren Zevon, but I prefer the Dwight Yoakam rendition of Carmelita. I didn't buy my Hakama, I made it. Oh, Hakama. Sorry, Hakama, not Hachimaki. Hakama, I bought it in Japan. Okay. My thoughts on the finale. I have to digest it more. I think it would be better if I waited. Have you listened to Malice Miser? No, I have not. Let me look that up. Malice Miser. What song, Taylor? What song should I listen to from Malice Miser? I do not know about the Steel Toe and Nick Rekieta beef. I don't know what that is. My favorite Twin Peaks character, probably Donna in like the first two seasons because she's cute. uh, did Taylor give me a song from Malice or whatever? She's not. You're lying, Donna. Am I thinking of the wrong person? Donna Twin Peaks. Yeah. Laura Flynn Boyle in the first two seasons is beautiful. How could you? What do you mean awful take? Yeah, she's beautiful, but she peed me off. Okay. Well, I mean, just in terms of characters, then I guess. I think I has to be Agent Cooper then. Honestly. Major Briggs. I mean, I like Twin Peaks. I like all these characters, but Audrey was not the hottest for sure. She was not. Okay, unless you like 1940s, like that. What's that pinup cartoon girl? Like the 50s or whatever. Uh, James is the best character in Twin Peaks. James is kind of like the Vance of Twin Peaks. Don't look into that. I know maybe that's not right. James is just going to get on his bike and go. They did do James dirty in season 2. I just skipped that whole plot line. Did I like Cumtown? Sometimes, but obviously something they talk about stuff sometimes that just like drive me crazy. But out of all of them, I don't like Stav. Nick Mullen I probably like the most. May God guide them all. I'd love to meet him. I look like Ricky from Trailer Park Boys if he did acid instead of smoke weed. Ricky. I have not watched Trailer Park Boys. Trailer Park Boys. Damn. Do I? No, I do not. Eddie next, how's my use of Islamic terms in my song for you? It was awesome. Thank you so much, man. It was beautiful. My mom especially loved it. Rookie is cool. It's a compliment. Okay, good. Phew. We're gonna go and tell the truth about your married life. Bezo waited to reveal his secret, so I get if you have a timeline. What's the truth about my married life? Do I like any other comedy podcasts? Not really. Do you like blondes filled with admiration for you? Is that a band or is that just a concept? They can be whatever hair color. They're filled with admiration for me. It's awesome. Why not 5 wives? In Islam, the 4 is the limit in terms of polygamy or polygyny. What's the worst movie genre? The worst movie is ever everything all at once. So, whatever genre that is. I do like Brand New. My favorite Couch Up member. It's got to be James and Alex. I mean, I like everybody, but James and Alex are my favorite. Okay. Uh, you don't like meta modernism? Is that what everything everywhere all at once is? I just call it gay and stupid. Can you do the Guru Shuffle for us? What is that? Have you seen Off Canny? Yes, but didn't they stop making videos? Uh, I have not read submission by Huebeck. I did not watch James stroke out the twins, so I had to leave for that. Object oriented ontology. Uh, what? Star. I have a letterbox. I'll open it up. How do you feel about people making cute edits of you and Vimp? It's awesome. It is cute. I love it. I mean, it's such a great thing to have like as an arc or like this sort of part in the show. She should have. It would have been better if she stayed. If she just like stayed completely loyal, I think that would have been a better for the story. But oh well. It worked out because I did have my moment where I was just sitting alone in the arena smoking and just being completely done with it all. So it worked out for that, I guess. And she came around. I have a letterbox account. I just haven't shared it yet. I'll share it. I'll share it. I'm a cat person more than a dog person. I've always wanted a cat. Why'd I go home so quick? My dad was stressed about me being there because, like, for him, it was kind of like the parental stress of me being on the show. It didn't leave until I made it back home. Um, but I would have enjoyed staying there. Uh, but also, I mean, you kind of have to know when to leave. Are you really a bastard, Tay? Taylor is not a bastard. She's a bash babe. You were so upset when Douanier poured the grape soda on the Papa John's. Were you as upset as you looked? Oh, yeah, I didn't understand his logic. It was like, okay, they want pizza, fine, and then he like destroys the pizza to give them. I didn't, I didn't get his logic, but thank God he like there was one save where I could leave and eat the pizza and smoke cigarillos when things happen. Meiwaku, on the other hand, is better than all of your imaginary, excuse me, wives combined because at least she exists. You don't know that. Does Meiwaku look like Donna Hayward? I was sweating and I was having the suit, the goose suit, made me sweat a lot. That wasn't cool, but yeah, towards the end, I just sort of like took less showers and didn't have any clean clothes, and it wasn't really uncomfortable. It wasn't really comfortable. Any chance you've been to Japan? Yeah, actually, I have been to Japan. Laura or Beth, who is worse? Oh, Laura, for sure. I mean, Laura is the Terminator. One of the funniest moments of the season is when the Goo Factory got raided and you silently punched out, took pizza, and left to your room to smoke in silence. uh, I didn't mean that to be funny, but it is hilarious that I punched out. I punched out, didn't I? That's so good. I didn't. I wasn't like trying to perform. That was just what I did. I'm so glad people liked Wiga Bashir. I was very worried about that. I was so worried I was going to be so like cringy. That's how I won over the audience. Awesome. See, everything was for a good purpose. You have to trust in God. Uh, my favorite parts, me asking him, "Fuck, Mary, kill Burundi or Uganda, Rwanda," and he was like, "Oh yeah, that's completely a normal question to ask. Kill Burundi. You're always cringy, but we love you. Awesome. I honestly thought you were going to be like John with the religion stuff. You didn't care, even with the TTS kicking ass at the time. Yeah, I said that in my audition. I said I didn't think John really represented it in the way that I would have hoped. Because you can't, if you're going to represent it, you can't crash out like that for when it comes up. Will I check Twitter DMs? Yes, I will. I'm so sorry. There's so many. And I've had a lot of just a lot of lack of sleep. and feelings of like this overwhelming feeling with everything. So it's just been difficult, but I will try. I was that sort of friend before who like would take a long time to respond to even messages from friends. So I'm sorry about that, but I'm going to try and take a look at the Twitter DMs. I did not sign any NDAs. Uh, how do you feel about how mad the fans got for you during old dogpiling? It's awesome. It's great. It's funny, especially the edits. Do I plan to continue streaming or resume a regular life? I'm going to try to do something with all this. Uh, I think I feel like God has opened the door for me here. So whatever works out, streaming or making videos or doing something, I do think it's worth it. Do I think James is really Christian? Yes. If so, is he a better representation than John? Yes. Although, yeah, he didn't talk about it a lot, but yes. True love awaits me on Kiwi Farms. Damn, that's not doesn't sound good when you say it out loud. Would I have wrestled the twins? My mom says I wouldn't have. So you can. That's my answer. I play dress up every day. Went harder than it should have. Or when Laura said the hips were made for a reason, he replied with "and hell for another." You seem to be a genuine, grounded person. What do you think stands in the way of most people being like that? Their own nature or lack of some particular experience, perhaps? I would say, if there's anything that I notice about myself, it's that. Oh wait, I'm genuinely curious. What is little bro is what? Oh, Taylor, that's hilarious. I don't have a special prayer mat. In Japan, I used a tatami mat. I bought a tatami mat to pray on. Um, I think the one thing I would say that is different is that I'm going to say I'm goal oriented, like in my like metaphysically. I know that sounds incomprehensible. What I mean is there's something I'm reaching towards, and everything else is a distraction to getting to that goal. If the goal is that I am okay, if the goal is or if the situation is I'm fighting with someone and we have this beef, all right, and the goal is to just be okay with one another again. I'm going to try to just reach that and just leave everything onto the side, and they're going to say stuff to me like when I was trying to talk to James. Uh, After our fight, that was what I was doing. For me, I was trying to I wanted to squash the beef. So even when he said some things during the apology that was like for me like it irritated me or I didn't really like, I can't harp on it because if I harp on it, then I'm not going to reach that goal. And that also applies to a lot of other things. Like if my goal is something God oriented, right, then that's what I'm going to work towards, and I have to put everything else aside. So that's the only thing that I can say that I notice about myself versus others, that um, oftentimes people get very distracted and they're too much. I don't know. Instead of seeing like, okay, we need to reach to front. We're in point A right now. We need to reach point B. They get stuck and they keep going in circles or going back to point A, back to point A, back to point A, and all I want is to get to point B, and just like we can let go of everything as long as we just reach point B together. Um, I would say that is a difference. You liked my response to the thought daughter gay son is very mature. Thank you. I appreciate that. I was worried about if that came across in a not nice way or not. Mm. Where do you get your shirts with the floral embroidery? eBay. What does tsundere mean? Favorite region of rug? Kurdish, Shirvan, other? I'm not that knowledgeable. Um, yeah, I don't know. I want a Navajo rug with whirling logs on it. Uh, Tsundere means angry cute. Oh. What was it like getting dogpiled during the candy challenge as a viewer? When Laura got kicked, vibes got better instantly. For me, yes, because I could just roam around the house. Yes, of course. But again, I'm very appreciative of her being there because all of that was necessary for the story and everything. Um, yeah. Favorite couch op memories? It's hard to think about that right now. My mind is in Fishtank. Navajo Rug by Jerry Jeff Walker. I think I know that song. Is that a song? Navajo Rug. Yeah. I have this I have it sung by Ian Tyson, so I'll listen to the Jerry Jeff Walker version later. Laura overstayed her welcome though. Yeah, but it still was funny. Am I going to visit Islamic Philippines someday? That would be great. Maguinda now. What do I think about people like John who, and that sort of sanctimonious new religious wave that has invaded a lot of space on the Israeli fish tank? Yes, I don't. That they need to chill in terms of uh, you shouldn't be crass about your religion. I don't think, because again, that goes back to me like point A to point B. If that point B is the spice gauntlet in season 2 with all the peppers we ate. Oh, you were expecting a spice gauntlet? That would be awesome. Yeah, yeah. Cow Chop has a lot of good ideas they should apply in Fish Tank. Anyway, uh, if the point, if the goal that I'm trying to reach is for people to, if they have a negative view of God and religion, and my goal is to have them have a positive view and change that negative view, then I'm not going to say or do something that's going to put them off it. If there's something that is like some things I have to say because it's the truth, so I'll obviously always say the truth, but I'm not going to um, I'm going to try my absolute best to not turn them off, you know. But a lot of people they don't care about turning people off, and I don't like that. Never connected my love to Fish Tank to Cow Chop before my mind's being blown. Right? There's a connection. Uh, I don't think you should criticize Nico. I mean, we don't know what's actually in his heart. We don't know what was in anyone's heart, of how sincere they are or not. Do you think Laura did a great job, but is clearly mentally ill and needs help? Do you think she was the woman who throws trash to your Muhammad, peace be upon him, as grandiose of a comparison of that might be? Yeah, she wasn't even that bad, but she, you know, she almost was. But yeah, she was great. Like I said, she was like, um, production would say that they would be trying to do something, and sometimes they would crash out on Laura because they would be trying to do something, and she would distract from that by targeting me. Like the production is upstairs and they're trying to do something, and she would try to target me, and they would try to tell her like, okay, could you just hold off on the Bashir stuff for like 10-15 minutes so we could do this bit or whatever, and she just couldn't. She legitimately had a very hyper focused obsession with messing with me, which is awesome. Uh, but yes, there is she probably has some problems because of that. Like in the real world, yeah, definitely God guide her, and I hope she gets help. But in terms of the tank, is freaking great to see that this real Terminator figure who cannot think of anything else, but doing this. She kept telling people, "I want to make him cry. I want to do this. I want to do that." Thankfully, she never did. She never made me cry. She never made me leave. So I won. I definitely made her more angry than she made me angry, too. Take a look at Binks on her stream real quick. I don't know what Binks's stream information is to look that up. Do you have thoughts about contemporary cinema? I watch modern films. I definitely watch a lot more like older films than I do modern films, but every now and then there's a good film. Fuck, marry, or kill. We kill all your 4 imaginary wives and you marry Meiwaku. How does that sound? I don't know what she looks like, guys. Is she here? Any advice for studying the Bible? Try to find someone with a kind and genuine heart who knows the Bible very well and have them help you learn it. I used to have a squiggly cup from Cow Chop, Taily, but I think I lost it. Do you have more respect of Catholicism, Orthodoxy, or any form of Protestantism? Um, I personally respect different things from each. Um, um, but yeah, I mean, I am Meiwaku. The student. I'm generally just a shitpost. I'm legitimately part Japanese. She says, if you actually are this Meiwaku person, and the fact that you're saying like I'm legitimately part Japanese, that's very that's very funny. Thank you for all of your support. I have not seen the Kiwi Farm stuff. It warms my heart. Thank you so much. Uh, yeah, I don't know if you have any questions, Meiwaku. Go ahead. I'll keep an eye on the Sodom May thing. You have the Trevor pin, Taily. Awesome. Have you seen the Chris Chan doc? I don't know. I know who Chris Chan is, but I wasn't like interested like that, so I never got into it like that. And you have the ugly Christmas sweater. Awesome. Do you even know what being posted on Kiwi Farms? They hate Muslims. I don't know anything about that. Apparently, they like me on Kiwi Farm, so you know, maybe I can change their mind. The Chris Chan edit I did up here with my best post of Instagram this season. I did numbers. That was you, Kegi. It's okay, but why? What was the connection? Okay, you just made an edit of me as Chris Chan, but like there was nothing I did. There's no connection between me and Chris Chan. I said looks Binks stream because she's wearing your pants and has your mat. She's not demonic. Binks is not demonic, guys. Binks kick. Binks Basilisk live on. Okay, let's see. Is she live right now? She is. Okay, let's see. Is she wearing? Those are not my pants. Are those my pants? Those aren't my pants, guys. She has my mat. I think Laura just found pants, and I guess she thought those were mine. Can you tell Binks to stand up so I can see the pants? Bashir Meiwaku, what was that? Claims to understand you on every level. You need to at least talk to her. She was unbearable on the forum this season. Uh-oh. I'll talk to her, I guess. We don't hate Muslims as majority Christians, though. I mean, I love Christians. Don't worry. Even if the AI mod is deleting your things, guys, I can still read them, and I know they're like a lot of the ones that they're deleting. There's nothing. I know. Don't worry. Sodom Meiwaku. I can see it even when it's deleted. Don't worry. Are you getting tired of people asking Christian-related questions more than Islam-related questions? No, not at all. Why would I be tired of that? Did you see the final part, Fishtank episode? No. But there was a part at the end after the finale challenge. Bongo reminded Bingo about your talk about being thankful of God no matter what the outcome was. Oh. That's going to make me tear up. Yes, people told me about the prayer mat in the wall. I don't care. But I can see Binks wearing it right now. That's kind of funny. They're saying she's wearing my pants. I do not know whose pants those are. Here, let me text Binks and tell her to stand up. Binks, stand up. Let me look at those pants. That's a weird message to send, but. Do I think Rachel is a good fish in season 4? 100. She was awesome. It was so entertaining. If Meiwaku is not your soulmate, you have no soul. I don't know what you guys are talking about, guys. Alright? Chill. Don't scare. You're scaring the hoes. You're scaring the bros right now, guys. You gotta chill. I've not been hunting before, no, but I really want to. It was clear that Jet's words in your last moments on the tank meant a lot to you. Why? What in particular? Oh wait, she's standing up. Hold on. Is she? Okay. Those are not my pants. If you think those are my pants, those aren't my pants, guys. Why? What in particular does it mean to you to be considered among the greatest fish and to enter the tank? Because I'm a big fan. I'm a huge fan of Fishtank. I'm a fan of Jet. I'm a fan of Ben. I'm a fan of Sam. I'm a fan. I'm a big fan. And I set out to do something that was rather unorthodox for this show, and rather unorthodox for this kind of media in general, and this part of the internet. And to know that I was able to do it, I was able to come on the show, do what I wanted to do, and be loved, not just by all of you beautiful people, but also by the people I was fans of too. That was so special to me. I can't even begin to describe. I mean, Jet said I was top, 5 or 3? I mean, that's so... And I know... And I'm not. It's not even like I'm not even a lol cow to them too, regardless of what my maybe other people feel differently. But I know I'm not to Jet, and that makes me. That really warms my heart. Binks found a weird plan written on green paper in your little Bin Laden hole. Did you write that? No, that was not me. That was there. I saw that. That was there when I went into it anyway. You missed an important point with the Phoenicians, which was that they used consonants and the natural way the tongue went made the vowel sound. Yeah. That's true. Fuck that. Kitty Farms is a lolcow farm. Come to Florida and I'll slurp your shit stupid style while I show you modern wrestling matches. What? Did someone try to call me? Hello? I'm streaming right now.
You stream, guy?
I'm streaming. You called me?
Yeah, it said that you called me like twice.
I didn't.
Oh,
I'm looking at my records here on my phone, and I have no calls to you. I think that was just maybe you dreamed that.
it literally says it. I could take a screenshot.
I can take a screenshot too, and I know that you can mess with your. I know you use AI a lot, Letty. So, here, I'll screenshot too. May the best screenshotter win.
Okay, well, I just sent you a screenshot.
Okay, and I'm gonna send you one too. There you go.
Okay,
See?
well, anyway.
I did not. I did not call you. But uh, it's
Well,
it's funny that you felt like I called you. It's probably some sort of spiritual thing, maybe.
look at the screenshot I sent
I don't know what to tell you. That is my
you.
number.
Okay,
I think
well,
I think you doctored that.
no, I didn't.
It's kind of like
Okay, anyways,
is this the girl version of like when George and Seinfeld like left his watch or something at a girl's place so that he could like make an excuse to go back and talk to her?
no, I
Okay.
was just confused because I was like, what the hell?
All right. No worries. No, I didn't call you. But
Okay,
say hello to the fans.
I. Okay,
They're
well,
they're
anyways, I won't bother you.
they're,
You could.
they're saying you got mogged. I was trying to tell them that inside the tank, it's hard not to get Letty mogged, but outside the tank, I don't know. You need to step up your mogging.
I got tech
You
mod.
you got text mogged. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I'll talk to you later. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Paka paka.
Whatever.
Mog complete. I should have said that. I should have said that. Would I chill with Bert if he asked to meet up and stream? Probably not at his house. Um, I think I appreciate it because you're very unapologetically unique, and two, because you stood true to your principles on a show that is meant to break you. Plus, you always felt pretty genuine to me. Thank you, my friend. It means a lot. Do Muslims have some sort of leeway to sex, like with Mormons and soaking? I guess there's zawaj muta, but we don't talk about that. Uh, you don't want to get naked with the bros? No. I guess unless it's like at a Japanese onsen. But I would not go to Japanese onsen with Bert. I would leave. Man, I can't believe how much smarter May is than Letty Bashir. She'll 100% understand this reference. That's hilarious. So camera, much better proof. Here. Well, it shows like other people on my phone, so it also shows the number. So no, no. Uh, Letty, go away. Here, Sada May. I haven't talked to you before, so please don't be weird. All right. I'm gonna mod you. Okay, but just don't be strange. Okay, if you're strange, I'm gonna unmod you. I have not vetted you yet. Uh, the Guru TTS was great. It's funny when you wiped your head off after making physical contact. Or hand off with Bert. Well, because, dude, you know what he does with that hand. Mod complete. Once you stream for 5 hours, you'll get creator stats and be allowed to have gifted subscriptions. Damn. Okay. Does that have to be consecutive, or can I do another stream at another point? Mod me because I'm from Damascus. I can't just mod anyone, guys. All right. Uh, but thank you. Do you have a way where we can donate to your stream? Would like to throw a couple bones for how much. You don't have to do that, man. But if you'd like, um, at the bottom, the streamlabs.com/SeishinBushi, you could tip me there, man. I feel weird saying that, but I have to make money off of this so that my mom can be happy. Oh, she's happy anyway, but she'd be happier. Bash, I've seen mods get accounts banned. Uh-oh. No, don't, Meiwaku. Don't just ban people who are whatever. Uh, do you like the Eastern Orthodox Church? Of course. Why wouldn't I? You need to know what you think about Protestant doctrine, please and thank you. I'm not that guy, dude. I'm not that guy. It is funny that during the Protestant Reformation, one of the phrases that the Protestants in the Netherlands would say is rather Turk than Pope. So that's cool, at least because I'm the Turk in this case. Bashir, do Japanese like Latino people? Yes, I've actually been to in Osaka. There's like this lowrider Chicano LARPing thing in Japan. I've been to one of their parties. Um, and they had like a replica American police car there, and they're just funny. What's my favorite Simpsons episode? I don't know, man. As you can see, I'm not great with the cartoons like Bingo and Bongo, right? I watched The Simpsons, but I don't know what my favorite episode is. I guess I didn't. I forgot who Diane was, for God's sake. Yeah, there's a lot of cholo stuff in Japan. What was my honest, God willing opinion on Chris, Airsoft Fatty? He seems very cool. I'd love to meet him. I was dying. I was dying in season one when he came in and he just started talking to people about Star Wars. Bashir, Vimp is trying to host your stream. Can you tell her and Landon good night? Are they already hosting? Good night, Vimp and Landon. Good night, guys. Could you list your favorite video games? Red Alert 2, Yuri, Destroy All Humans 2, Time Splitters. There's more, but your mic seems like it's doubling up. I know. I don't have a mic. That's actually an incorrect statement because my mic is not doubling up right now. I have no mic. I'm using this laptop that I bought used in Japan. It's a ThinkPad. All right. I don't know what you want me to do, guys. I'm going to buy, with the money from Fishtank that I got, I'm going to buy a new computer. I'll buy a microphone. I'll buy a camera. Okay. Yes. Did you guys know I've been to Japan? Mm-hmm. Streaming in 4:3 is a move. I don't know how to change that too. That's great. Can I like change it live? There. What if I did this? Yeah. Yeah. Here we go. Is this better, guys? Is this cool? And thank you, Jack, for the tip, man. I really appreciate it. Keep it, don't change it. Yeah. Nice. Yeah, we can do it this way. Uh this like The Wire, guys? Is this what The Wire is like? What do I think about breakaway civilizations, like what they're doing in Moonraker or Bioshock? I don't know. I don't. Bioshock is a cool game, but breakaway civilization. But the civilization the civilization they're trying to build there is kind of fucked up. So go smaller. Is this good, guys? Okay, I know. Upside down. I don't know how to do upside down. Here. This is my face cam for the game that I'm playing. It's called Black It's from the PlayStation 2. You ever play Black on the PlayStation 2? Ever play Deus Ex 1? No. Top right is kill feed now. We can't see kills. My audio is AIDS. I know. Black 2 is great. Fake gamers never played Black. Exactly. Okay, let's see. I can have it so that it's not there. To fill the entire screen, it's going to be super zoomed in like this. What was your major? I have bets on religion. You need to answer this. Well, don't actually bet with money, but my major was actually in college was political science and Middle Eastern studies. And then I had a minor in religion and philosophy. I had a friend who just used the shittiest camera, and when people asked him to edit, he would just make it worse. See, it's cool to have a shitty camera. It's not cool to have shitty audio, I think. So I do apologize for my audio. I don't know what I can do to fix that, but whatever. I'm back to normal. Meiwaku. My gosh. Women are so, like, they're just always, like, nagging. Yeah, thankfully you didn't bet with money. Who's my favorite philosopher? Plato. That's my answer from now on. I would not have shaved my head. Women do not have dog brains. I love women. Women are great. All right. Sincerely, women are more special, I think, than men. That's not me just saying that. Have I watched the Bongo vs JD rap battle? I saw the clips of it. I could hear it from the other room, dude. Bongo killed it. Yeah, girls always want unrealistic things, like seeing the person who's streaming. A Muslim Minecraft server. Plato, it was his wrestling name. That's true. It means broad-shouldered. Okay, Lesbians for Letty recommends Eddie Nicks, so I'm gonna do that. Nicks. Oh, mod. How do I? You guys got mogged. You guys got mogged. What film brings you the most joy? I'm not sure. Do I use any special shampoo? No. I should make a mod command. I'll figure out how to do that. Okay, here. Les Special and artist Yeti. Sure. Oh my gosh. I'm a terrible computer. For the person who won the typing challenge, I sure don't know what I'm doing here. That's kind of funny. That wasn't rigged, by the way. Some people I saw on Twitter, some people thought that was rigged. That was not rigged. I really did win that. Yeah. It wasn't play tested. The keyboard wasn't play tested. Yeah, the icky pukers was great. I'm so thankful that I didn't get nicotine poisoning. I actually liked all the cigarettes I smoked. I hope I kind of have this feeling like I want to smoke right now, and I hope I can get over that. Would I play Team Fortress 2 on stream? I'm not a good gamer, so I might be embarrassed, but whatever. How do you feel about the fact that I've been joking calling the Mehdi like Dune 2 meme? Is that guy sacrilegious? No, I think that's an okay joke. Especially since you're connecting it to Dune 2. Elimination on Anissa was not my decision. No. What happened to the tiger bracelet after he broke it? Did he pick it up later or just get swept up? It just got swept up. I didn't like that he did that, to be honest. But that's okay. I'll get him a new one. Between when I was eliminated and when I came back, I went to Bam's Airbnb and hung out there with them and like watched part of the finale there and caught up on some things. Have I been to karaoke in Japan? I went there so much. I loved karaoke. Do I like JD's theme song? It's catchy. I don't want to sing it though. Actual TTS sent by Cole from season 2 on the 7th. Bashir, you have been the only one causing trouble in this house. Everyone else seems to get along just fine. All you do is run and cry to protection. Go cry to him again, fucking baby. That was actually from Cole, bro. That is hilarious. That is so funny. That's crazy. What you got against me, Cole, man? How many zins you got stacked up there, bro? I took them out. Tried to be cool about it. I'll just put one more in though. I'm running out. I have to buy some tonight because I'm basically done. How are you going to sharpen your throat singing? I have to get good at that. I was watching some videos about that. I know I'm not good, but did I save any love letters from the tank? Yes, I did. Cole is trolling. He likes you. Okay, cool. One More Time by Redbone. I think I've listened to that. I like Redbone. How much goo did you take home? I took just one thing. Let me see if I have it here. If you guys don't recall, Laura slashed my suitcases, so things are a bit messy and crazy in here, but I'm trying to find the goo thing that I brought, the goo box. I don't know what you call it. Goo container. Where did I put it? What the heck? Oh my god. Ah! Oh, here it is. Okay. Ugh. Okay. I got a lot. Here it is. Bingo bongo. And this is the tub goo, which I don't really like because I realized after that this was the one that Bert did his thing in, so but I have it. Yes. No, it's not the one he birded off in. It's just he was in. No, he just bathed in the goo. He emerged from this goo. Okay, this is the goo that they wrestled in, and then that Bert emerged from. Okay. Me and Laura, we did not talk after the tank, so. I can clone Bert with this. Yeah, this is. I can make my own Berts. Jet didn't understand this reference, but it really was like Bert emerging like an urukai. So I feel like I can probably make my own Berts with this goo. I know it's him because he kept asking the girl fish which guys they have a crush on over TTS, and that's exactly what Cole would do. That's hilarious. Would I ever consider hitting up the mat to hurt my soul seeing James Drake do you like that? Yes, he did actually inspire me to get jacked. Yeah, I saw that Bert song. That's, that's great. Can I manipulate Vimp into liking Landon? I'll try my magic. Old romance era stuff in Japan. I'll take a look. I like what's her name? Is it Onna Komachi? Thank you guys. If you are like 10 push-ups away from being jacked. Thank you. I appreciate that. Fan of Enka and old J-pop. When I went over there a few years ago, I was disappointed in Japanese. Don't really care for older music. The old people like Enka. A lot of my friends in Japan were like 70-year-olds, which was cool because they did say I had the Yamato Damashi. I had the Japanese spirit. And actually, when for a tea ceremony party, they had to wear kimonos, and the men didn't know how to put on either their obi, their belt, or their hakama, their pants, and I was the one who helped them. It was a very proud moment for me. Get jacked with me. I'm lifting again because I saw you and James mogging doors inside. I wanted to mog doors too. Exactly, right, dude. That did piss me off. The dude really mogged the doors better than I could. Muay Thai. I have to be focused. I'm gonna try to do kendo and judo. I'm so glad James lost to Dunier. That would have been a crazy mog if I lost to Dunier but James won. I'm so glad we both lost to Dunier. How are you high dexterity? Am I high dexterity? I felt like I was kind of quick in the tank, but someone made a very astute observation that I don't do sports, which is true. What was this? What is no homo, but your shoulder to hip ratio is crazy. Real sexy twink anatomy. Uh-oh, I need to work on my shoulders, dude. Uh, Last time I'll say this, but you're starting to really tick me off. But check out the band Hammerhead Shark, not Hammerhead Shark. Listen to Atu Dararu, Ato Dararu. Before I freak out and lose it. Okay. Here, I'm copying your text. I'm putting it in a tab, and I will listen when the stream is over. All right. I need to get into the Ray Pete community on Zitter. Did you not see your kamikaze clips? You're amazing. Thank you, Meiwaku. Flying at Vicky in the dorm was crazy. I was actually so afraid. It freaked me out because the TTS. There's a lot of paranoia. And let me talk about the tank for a little bit. Yeah, I woke up just in time for Emma. So let me talk about some of that. Number one, the TTS kept saying like, "Oh, you guys have no idea what's coming. They're going to throw piss and everything." And then suddenly I'm like sleeping with one eye open, and the door opens, and I see Vicky come in, and she has this bottle, and I think she's just going to go ham. So I freak out, and I jump to catch her. But when I jumped, I had too much momentum. So I did like when I grabbed her, she did go back, and because she was right in front of the bed, her back went into the bed, and thank God she was okay with that. Or she wasn't okay with it, but she was okay physically. And obviously it wasn't my intention at all to harm her. I just wanted to stop her from throwing whatever she was throwing, and. But then the TTS right after that says, "Oh shit, Bashir just had a Jimmy moment." I was like, oh no, did oh my gosh, what did I do? Oh my gosh, oh my gosh. And then next morning, I didn't have everyone had a job and I didn't have a job. And I really thought that production was going to kick me. I really thought, like, oh no, did I actually, like, oh shit. So thankfully, no. Uh, Jet said, like, no, dude, like, I'll do the same thing. Someone's coming in and just throwing shit at you, you're going to get up and try to stop them. But of course, I didn't harm her, and I didn't want to harm her. And then with Emma getting my stuff out, that was such a clutch that I woke up just in time. I cannot believe I saw that people said that that was an Emma W. Are you guys dumb? She tried to throw out all of my stuff. I woke up, got all of my stuff back, threw out all of her stuff, got back all the blankets for everyone in the room, and went back to sleep. Honest to God, honest to God, how's that a W on her part? What in the world? And James didn't believe. I'm pretty sure I gave James back a blanket, didn't I? I mean that sort of stuff I don't really remember. But I'm pretty sure I brought everybody in that room their blankets. I'm not a fan of hashish. No. The dog pile against him. I already answered that this stream. Someone did the calculations, but statistically, you're the best challenge beast in Fishtank history. Most W's for challenges participated in. Yes! Yes! Dark Mitch rises. It's your W, you just gotta complain less when stuff happens to you, but you realize that eventually. Yeah, I know. I know. Any recommendations for a long-term visit with Japan with or without visa? If you have a college degree, you should apply to the JET program, teach English there. Yeah, I know. They're ignoring the good things I did and hallucinating bad things I never did, man. Worst part of the show that pushed me to my limits? I mean, I was really down right before the room wars because I just felt like everybody was against me. That was crazy because after I woke up from that Emma stuff and the TTS said like they're going to throw piss at JD, and I was trying to legitimately look out for him. I said, JD, wake up! They said they're going to throw piss at you. He leaves the room, goes and talks to him, comes back and throws stuff at me. That's sorry, I'm completely out of focus. How do I make this work? So it's still out of focus. Whatever. 2001 stream, guys. That was insane. Like JD, that's what made me like not care. People are saying like, yeah, JD fucked himself over by not having any ally against Laura. I would have helped him out against Laura if he was loyal to me. If JD was loyal to me and on my side and whatever, I would have helped him out against Laura. But the fact that I tried to look out for him, and then he immediately comes back. Like I woke him up thinking that they were going to throw piss at him, and he immediately comes back, and now he's my enemy. Like that's when like when he was talking about leaving and everything that was happening to him, I was just sitting back and being like, dude, whatever, man. Like I'm not going to do anything here. Yeah, the dodging JD's toss and everything. Yeah, that was probably the best manga of the season, if you ask me. How easy is it to teach English in Japan? How much knowledge? You don't need any Japanese. Don't worry. Just apply. Uh, yeah, I tried to convince Lan to not be just led around by either the TTS or women. But whatever. Meiwaku was upset watching me after boxing Vance and winning. I was really worried you got hurt. Nobody checked on you, and the juxtaposition of you versus everyone else who wanted Vance. I really felt for you there. Thank you. Yeah, I had a splitting headache. I was kind of worried that I had a concussion, but thankfully I was okay. That moment was JD was when I became a fan. Thank you. This is the type of stream that would be found on Bin Laden's hard drive. That's hilarious. taking JD's shirt off too. I do have a Spotify playlist. Yes, it's on my Twitter. It's on my Twitter, and I guess you could just see my Spotify account there, so you can see my other playlists. Every night I had the most views in whatever room I was in. That's crazy to me. I really thought like no one was watching when I would go out, so I didn't. That's why I kind of held back, but I should have been more confident. You can't really prepare for the tank. Some like what least prepared and like you can't really prepare for it. You just have to know that you're going to get shit on by the TTS. But other than that, you can't really prepare for how you're going to feel in it. It's like you have constant anxiety, and adrenaline, and it's tough. 奥様はライブ配信をご覧になりましたか？感想はいかがですか？ Wait, hold on. Yeah, Binks. Oh shit, dude. Thank you, Logan, and thank you, Oscar, man, for the tips. That's you guys are awesome. You guys are again. Allow me to repay my mom for helping me out before the tank. I got you hooked on Zins again. Sorry, man. How was it sleeping with the TTS? That was hard. It was so loud, and it was just because it was loud. It wasn't what they were saying. It was just so loud, and it's difficult. But eventually, you fall asleep because you're just exhausted. Yes, I do know that Jet rolled a million. Obviously, I didn't like that, but that's fine. That's just sort of like high school teasing. I think I said I felt like I was in high school again. Uh, you should have been more upset at Vim's betrayal. I mean, I was just sort of like whatever at that point. Like, okay, I guess we're back to doing this when that happened. I was just happy I had my cigarillos. I was just content sitting there smoking the whole time. Okay, so. What food do I? Any food. Now I'm no longer pick. Any lingering pickiness that I had when I was a kid is now gone. I'm good with any food. All right. I do need to track down some of those cheese fries. Apparently Emma found them. So I'm going to try. I'm going to look and I'm going to go to like Target and see if they have them. But he said they're from Walmart. So historical Sufis. I mean Ibn Arabi. What TTS stuck with you the most? The one about the masculinity, that I'm flamboyant and boyish. But on like but there's like a foundational masculinity, and James's masculinity is informed by his feminine vanity. I still don't really know what that means, but for some reason that stuck with my head. And it's not about James. It's more about me. Because I do believe that, and I think that's awesome, because I do understand that I come off, I guess, as flamboyant and I guess feminine, but I'm very proud when people see that that there's this foundational masculine rock underneath it all. Uh, Hey Bash, remember when you had the debate with Vicky before the elimination and then immediately handed her your winnings? She even looked surprised, so humble. I actually don't remember that, but that's another thing. Like, for a lot of these people, what bothered me is that like Vicky, when we had the when we were swatted or whatever, and we went outside, and that was the first time she was like really getting it tough. I told her like I hope you make it through it. I hope God gets you through it, and just remember, not this stuff doesn't matter. Like I had a real moment with her, and so that's why like, and I tried to have those moments with everybody, and and where the cameras weren't watching, I tried to whisper, just be like real, When people were dogging on James for being with women with kids, or for having stepkids, like I whispered to him, like, just so you know, I think that's very honorable. And so that's why, like, when some people, like, I don't know, messed with me after that, I felt like, damn, like, didn't we just have this, like, real moment together? I guess that's my manipulation. Thank you, Hashim. Where your masculinity comes from a place of confidence and knowing who you are. James, from a female attention, clear claps the second he gets pushed at all. Well, I don't want to dog on James, so, but thank you. Which fish that left early did you want to come back the most? I don't know. Help me, I'm a girl. Haram Caesars. Oh, Haram Caesars. That's the emote. That's awesome. I saw your arm wrestling for James. I was really honorable for you to keep his spirits up. Yeah, because he got, he didn't like that I made this joke of like the shooting joke at him. So like, okay, well, here you go, man. Because obviously he's going to win that. How do you feel about the cell curse? I didn't even realize that was a cell curse. I forgot about that. And when Jet said like the final three of the cell are probably the final three of the show, I took that seriously too. I just didn't want to let people down, and I knew that I couldn't be in the cell for that long. I knew that because of my prayers and having to make my ablutions and everything, that it would be difficult. So because of that, I was so thankful that people just left. I know probably you guys want a more entertaining cell. I'm so sorry, but I'm just happy I won it. Oh, when you pour hydrogen peroxide on your arm, it bubbles regardless of infection. Oh, okay, thank you. Yeah, Laura said that it bubbles because of infection. So I guess don't listen to her. Okay. Did I cultivate a peaceful atmosphere in fear for your wardrobe being destroyed? Yes. Once she threw the stuff, once they were filled with seafood ball and I put them down the basement, I was like, okay, now it's whatever, I guess. Yes, I saw Bam wearing a shirt with Jesus on while skating. It's awesome. Letty was vibing with me hard in the confessional. The cell was cool because everyone was complaining you were just brawn, no brains, so seeing you do that was cool. Oh, okay, see, there you go. I mean, it wasn't even there. It wasn't really manipulation, because that was the truth. No one's going to choose the twins. No one's going to choose Landon. All right. I needed the immunity, and with Anissa, I didn't even want to choose Anissa. I just had to, unfortunately. But or I mean, fortunately, but like unfortunately, I guess for her. When did I realize I couldn't reach through to Drake or Landon anymore? With Drake, it was more like when I realized that everyone thought of us as being these rivals. I didn't really see that again until the end. And then Landon, it was just like when he said like, okay, I was talking to him and he said, okay, but don't manipulate me or whatever he said. I was like, bro, what? Then I realized like, okay, this dude is totally captured by the TTS and by, I guess, the girls around him or whatever. There's nothing I can say to him, but I'm still gonna say whatever, but I can't rely on him. I'm not sure who I was going to choose because I was just thinking about the fact that I had to choose Anissa. I did have to eliminate Anissa. That's how it worked out. Anissa was bothered by one comment I said in the cell. I'm sorry. Yeah, I know, but like, I mean, I don't know. I don't like it. I'm not going to talk about it more, but I probably shouldn't. I shouldn't have said that, but it was real. That's what happened to season one, to Letty in season one. Once all of her stuff was destroyed, she was free and almost won. Yeah, there you go. Oh, thank you, Tomash. Thank you so much, Tomash. All right, I think because Blaine is going to stream, and I don't want to go so long that he he no longer wants to stream. So I think I'm going to try and end it here. I'm feel so bad because there's so many questions here. Okay, hold on. Let me. Now that you're out of Fishtank, rekindle your friendship with Landon. Of course, no, I got his number. Don't worry. Yeah, don't worry about that. I still I love these guys. Your journey in tank was genuinely inspiring, and I think you were the true winner. You got to retain your dignity and got to become friends with Bam while still living as a winner. Congrats. Thank you so much. I do genuinely feel like a winner, so I'm very happy. I would not shave my head. I kept saying that. Hashim, I'm sorry. I've answered that. I wouldn't have shaved my head. But then the next challenge was go back to exactly how you were, so I would have won that one anyway. Host Blaine. Okay. Host. Let me ask him. What's your kick? Answer your ex DMs, homie. Okay, I will. Can you blame me? All right. Yeah. Oh, right. Okay. Slash. You good to go now? Let me ask him. You good to stream now? Thank you for when I hid my luggage, I had to. Yep, already live. Oh, okay. All right, guys. Please go watch some Blaine. I know it's late. Thank you guys for watching. Can you blame me? Sincerely. I'll do some more of these because to get to like more questions or whatever. But I'm going to first get a better mic. Okay. But I hope you enjoyed this early 2000s stream that I did here. Okay, there we go. That's how we should end it. Oh, awesome. Okay, so yeah, thank you guys so much. I'll catch you guys later. I sincerely appreciate you all. I cannot describe the feelings I have knowing that all these people saw what I wanted to show. It's such an honor. It's such an honor, and may God accept what I have done. Bismillah.